You already know what it is, Dub. You know I'm about to stand on business. So, Mr. Chilltown, man. So yesterday, you guys know I wasn't a part of the show.
But he did make a video. He did make a video about it. So let's talk about it.
I seen Chilltown. We're going to call him Shrilltown today. I seen him, you know what I'm saying, doing what he do, trying to, appease guys like Mars and these TikTokers and stuff like that, lying and disrespecting, bro. And I got a few phone calls yesterday, too, which prompted me to do that video about OGs in the game. That was upset that you said that after I made it and heard what you said. Now, here's a couple things I just want to throw by you first. It's not that Jokic fans are starting to get as bad as LeBron fans. Here's why I'm saying this. If he has a bad game and you criticize him, you're attacked for it. You can't criticize Jokic. He's become this all-time world great player where if he has a bad game or a bad, you cannot criticize him, or else you will be labeled something other than what you are. These are facts. You can't criticize. You can criticize a lot of other guys, but if you criticize Jokic, that's hands off. That's a problem if you do it. I've noticed.
Has he become untouchable ticket in your estimation?
Yes.
Today, in May of 24, has he become untouchable?
Here's what I'm getting to you at. Yesterday, you came in here and said that he would have bust Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo,
and Ewing.
You said he would have done the same thing.
He would have done the same thing to them. I want to make the reason why I'm saying this ticket is because I want to make sure that you get my words right. I don't want you to misconstrue anything that I say.
No, I'm gonna say exactly what you said.
I want to make sure you misconstrue
exactly what you said. Because you looked at Mars.
I said, quote, he would have done the same thing to Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, and Dikembe Mutombo.
Mars was feeling very glazed. He was feeling very glazed that you said that yesterday. So when Bob tried to stop you, he was like, no, this is the old guy.
I was doing my job as a content creator, making sure we got the clip.
I know, Mars. I know what you was doing, but it's okay. Hold on. This is what I want to get to. Right? This is my point. I want to get to Chilltown, right?
Thank you, Mars.
My point about Jokic is this, bro. You cannot criticize him when you have a bad game because his fans will come out here and demonize you if you do that. Now, I'm going to say this, right? Think about this, Chilltown. My whole point to you wasn't that Jokic is not a great player. I'm not going to say Jokic is not a great player. He's not a great offensive player, none of that stuff. I'm not saying this. All I'm saying is that what we were talking about specifically with Rudy Gobert in that series, with Rudy Gobert, not only myself, but other guys who played in the NBA, Hall of Famers.
That don't know what they're talking about, too?
Hold on, dog. I know you like to. I know you want to.
Keep going, ticket. Keep going, ticket.
Chilltown, not you.
Going, ticket.
What I'm saying to you, Chilltown, is that when you say this stuff about guys like Zoe Mourning, guys like Dikembe in their prime that competed, all I'm saying is this, sir. For dudes that make it seem like, oh, he'd have just destroyed them too. If that's the case, we would have said the same thing about Mike. But guess what? Here's what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna leave it at this. What did we see in the 96 finals? 94 finals when they played the Seattle Supersonics, or the 93 finals when they played the Seattle Supersonics, Chilltown. What did we see? You know, we saw the finals they played the Supersonics. What did we see?
The Bulls? You talking about the Bulls?
Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
I'm talking to Chilltown.
I'm listening to you, Ticket.
I'm talking to Chilltown.
I'm listening to you, Ticket.
What I'm saying to you, Chill, is this. All the guys who talked about this yesterday, from Kenyon Martin, Draymond Green, all of them, Boogie Cousins, Rajon Rondo, this is all they're saying, bro. And they're saying the exact same thing I'm saying. All we're saying is, bro, Rudy Gobert has collected Defensive Player of the Year awards, and nobody sees it. And I'm going to say this to you, right, Chilltown? When we're talking about, we're not saying you can just lock any player up. To me, any great all-time great player, you can't stop them. What you can do is you can try to slow them down and make it tough on them. We're saying that Rudy Gobert is doing neither one of those. But when we look at an all-time great player like Michael Jordan, when you saw Gary Payton win a Defensive Player of the Year award, when he went to the NBA Finals, look what happened when indeed Michael Jordan up in that series. You know what he did? He made Michael Jordan work for it. So even though Michael Jordan averaged 26, go look at his percentages in that series. Go look at how hard he had to work for it. All we're saying is that Rudy Gobert is laying down. He's not even making a man work for it. So I agree with Swiper when he said the other day, hey, what's going to be the difference with Nas Reed and all these guys? But you heard what Rondo said yesterday. It's a difference. And the same thing with Kenyon Martin and all those guys, who's a former Nugget himself. They're saying, look, bro, not only is he not competing before the catch, he's not competing when he gets the ball or after. If you watch any great defender, I ain't even talking about all world. Watch Bruce Bowen, watch Shane Battier, any of these guys. They're battling before the catch, during the catch, and after the catch, they're boxing out, doing everything else. Rudy Gobert is not doing it. And one last thing, when he's off the ball, when they had him off the ball with Aaron Gordon, he was still getting cooked.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Chill out. Hang on, Swipe.
I'm tired of him just talking to you about this.
Hang on,
not true.
Why you want to be on my list?
Hang on, Swipe.
Ticket.
That's not true.
Keep going, Ticket.
So on a public platform with 6 panel members, it's not about me.
We're going to get to it, Swipe. Don't worry about it, but I'm listening to you, Ticket. Keep going.
Jealousy is a female trait. When you
Keep
said
going.
Everyone can be jealous, by the way.
When you said yesterday that he would just throw
not specific to a gender
like that, bro, that is not true, bro. All we're saying is that them dudes would compete. They would battle. One last example: when Ben Wallace played Shaq in the finals, when they beat the Lakers in the finals, Shaq averaged 26 and 10 in that finals. Right or wrong, Chilltown?
26 and 11 is matter.
Against all the other big men, Shaq was averaging 36 and 12. So, and Ben Wallace was the defensive player of the year. He played him one-on-one. So all we're saying is he made him work harder for it. Rudy Gobert is not doing that. He's a 4-time defensive player of the year, and he's not doing anything, bro. That's all we're saying, Chilltown.
Okay. So with everything that you said, Ticket, question: what does Alonzo Mourning do? What not Alonzo Mourning? Let me take that back. What did we say about David Robinson in '95 when Hakeem Olajuwon ate his lunch?
Yeah, no.
Did we say that he was soft?
No. I'm not. No.
This what I'm asking you. Ticket.
I'm gonna address what you just said right there. That's where you misconstrued what I said.
No, I heard what you said. I heard what you said. You said what you told me was that he's not going to be able to stop him. And I understand. I do understand that part. I do understand that part.
I said the same thing that all those Hall of Famers and legends said yesterday. They've never seen Rudy Gobert. Go listen to what Rondo and all those guys said. We've never seen it. We've never seen a series where we've seen Rudy Gobert level up and show us why he's a defensive player of the year, Chilltown. So all I'm saying to you is this. Yes, you can give me one series here, one series there. It wasn't him repeatedly getting done like that, bro. All we're saying is that dudes was going to battle and compete and make him work harder for it.
And with everything that you just said, Rudy actually is competing. It's not like he's not like he's not competing. If you watch them play that game, Game 5, he was all over Joker. He's giving Joker high fives. Joker is giving him 1 move, 2 moves, 3 moves, and he's still Rudy Gobert is all over him, and he's still scoring over him. Rudy has him boxed underneath the basket, and he's still coming out. Rudy is pushing him away from the basket, and he's hitting that one-legged fadeaway where he's creating space. Now, when I said what I said yesterday, I didn't say that he would throw them around. What I said was, quote, he would do the same thing to these guys. The way Joker played yesterday and the way Joker is playing in this series, there's no reason for me to believe playing against Alonzo Mourning, playing against Dikembe Mutombo, playing against Patrick Ewing, that he wouldn't do the same thing. Why? Number one, Patrick Ewing, him, Alonzo Mourning, and Mutombo, they only went to the line in the pool where that line is, where the rope is. That's as far as they got dragged to. Joker is dragging you past that line to the deep end of the pool. Mutombo's not going to go out there and be effective. Add that to the fact that we saw Anthony Davis last year get dragged to the deep end of the pool, and Joker ate his lunch too. So when I'm looking at an undersized guy in Alonzo Mourning who stood 6'9", who was smaller than Joker, the physicality logic is out because he's not going to be able to compete.
Alonzo Mourning?
The physicality logic is out.
Alonzo Mourning was built like a Greek god, bro. 100%. So you're not going to talk about. You're not going to come out here and say, hold on. You're not going to say he just going to throw Zo. Hold on, Chilltown. I ain't never seen nobody in NBA history throw Zo Mourning around. No man. And them dudes do it a bunch of different times. Them dudes was built like trucks.
I saw Shaq do it a bunch of different times. I saw Shaq do it a bunch of different times. I saw David Robinson do it a bunch of different times. I've never seen nobody throw Zo Mourning around.
He was 240 pounds and 6'10". What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Bam is the best defender against Joker in the league?
No, well, you talking about right now?
Yeah, I'm just saying right now. Yeah, right now at this point.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a surprise. The person,
it's Dwight, man.
The person thing I finished.
Dwight's not in the league.
I'm playing with you, bro. Relax, bro. You're all emotional today. Relax.
I'm trying to figure out this whole this subject.
Swiper, you cool today? Yeah,
No, this
he
subject
over
is
here
annoying.
woke up upset, man. Relax.
This
Drink some
subject is
tea,
annoying
man.
me. Go ahead.
But you know what it is, though. It's Jokic. You know,
No,
that's
it's not.
man. That's
I'm talking. No, because this, no, hold on, everybody, chill. The issue is, I watched everything you're talking about yesterday with Gilbert Arenas and everybody and Kenyon Martin, who I respect all these people, obviously. They couldn't even tell you what Rudy Gobert is doing. And this is everybody else on the panel. They couldn't tell you what Rudy Gobert is doing weak side. They're literally hold on. And they're literally saying Rudy Gobert is doing nothing as a help side defender. And he's starting off the game on Nikola Jokic because he wants that one-on-one matchup. They haven't watched all of the games, especially even the start of the game, or even as they played versus the Wolves the last couple of seasons. Rudy never starts on Joker, ever. What happens is, I'm not done. Karl Anthony Towns starts on him, gets in foul trouble, and then they move. Or it's a substitution. Nas comes into the game, and then Rudy comes out and play off ball, or they'll put Cat on him and then have Nas play on him and then have Cat play off ball. The problem is the last 3 games, because everybody's bringing up his shooting percentages, 8 and 9. He was shooting less than 40% versus Rudy in the first 2 games of the series. So he obviously was having some kind of effect.
Rudy didn't play game 2. Rudy didn't.
I know, but I'm saying across this year, Rudy had done a good job doing what he was supposed to do. Remember, a lot of what they're trying to do is take away his playmaking. That's why in the regular season he averaged like 4 assists a game versus this team. His turnovers were super high. He was getting at the point of attack. They were always doubling off the top, or they were helping. They were doing so much that they had to change up what they were doing offensively for the Nuggets.
There's no way to stop Jokic?
No, at this point, no. Ticket. At this point, no. At this point, no.
I agree. Hold on. Time out. Now, I agree with that assessment. There's no way to complete, because I think that about every all-time great player, Swiper. I don't think there's no way to stop any true all-time great. Now, do you think it's any way to slow Jokic down?
Yeah, of course. But I want to help you understand this, Ticket, with not help you, but like just understand this. Saying that about a player that at the apex of their powers, that's like a one-on-one offensive player. The reason, and because we talked about this before, like AD, take out the playmaking. Gil talks about this all the time. And my whole thing is we have seen you play with 2 bigs versus Joker for years. We've seen one-on-one defenders versus Joker for years. We've seen zone matchups for Jokers for years. We've seen fronting versus Joker for years. Nothing ever works for a long period of time, ever. That's just because, and again, you tell me, like, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. It's just a subject of defense as a whole. It's just like, for me, it gets frustrating because it's like, when I hear Gil and them say that, oh, Rudy's asking for this matchup one-on-one. No, he's not. He's not even starting out as a primary defender. Cat gets in foul trouble. Ticket, you hate when players do things that are like mental error. Cat literally will step in front of Joker and put his leg out and get a second foul in the first quarter. Ticket.
Foul number 3.
Like what is he doing? And so Rudy then has to go and get a one-on-one because now Cat's out of the game.
Because this is a great conversation we had. But hold on, my whole point to you is this. My point is that I agree with you when you say, hey, man, you can't stop Jokic. I don't think there's nobody that can stop that dude. What I'm saying is we're not talking about that. We're talking about competing and slowing down. And here's the thing. You said Jokic at his apex powers. Well, here's the thing where Rondo, Draymond Green, who's a former defensive player of the year, and all these other guys are saying, Rudy's supposed to be at his apex powers defensively.
But
and he ain't giving, hold on. Let me finish. And he ain't putting up a fight. But I want you to tell me every other defensive player of the year in NBA history that you can tell me that you've never seen Rudy Gobert level up in the playoffs.
I don't agree with that though.
Hold on. You've never.
Whenever I get pissed, I would like to ask a question for everyone.
Let me finish. You've never seen him have to level up against a big. And here's a part of the issue, right? We're playing in a guard-laden era. So when Mike played, everybody said Mike played in a big man era. But now we're playing in a guard-laden era. So your argument is kind of bull job because Jokic is playing against smaller dudes all the time. He's playing against Draymond Greens. He's playing against undersized cats. You're playing against AD, who's not even a center. So AD is not even a center. The only real true matchup Jokic has, he's never going to play him because the dude can't get out the second round, and that's Embiid. Because here's why
doesn't guard Joker either, though, bro. But you agree, but Embiid doesn't guard Joker on ball either.
Hold on, let me explain this to you. Let me explain why. Here's why the parameters change. And when I said that about great big men in the league in that era versus not really having many in this era, when you were playing against other great big men, here's what brought into equation a lot of things. having to guard the other guy and expend energy doing that and having to put yourself at risk of getting fouls doing that. So if Jokic was having to go against Tim Duncan, if he was having to go against a prime Kevin Garnett, if he was having to go against a prime Dwight Howard and all these guys, now we ain't just talking about offense. Because with Rudy Gobert, he don't have to focus on no defense whatsoever. And we saw what happened when they forced him to guard AD last series. He got barbecued, right? And AD's not even a forceful guy. So now
that doesn't make any sense. AD was hitting jumpers though.
We're talking about
stop saying keep going. Anthony Davis was his center.
I just want to hit a point.
He's a center now.
This, right? Because I just want to hit a point. That's all.
I'm saying we're talking about dudes that's going to attack your chest and make you guard them too. So therefore, we're talking about you having to hold on. We're talking about you having to use energy too, and then we're bringing things like foul trouble. We're bringing all these different aspects into the game. Don't call me while the final boss is talking. We're talking about all these other aspects that come into the game that add up. Okay, let me give you one quick example. I'm done. Shaquille O'Neal. Here's the thing that came into an aspect with Shaq. If Jokic guards Shaq, guess what? 2 fouls in the first 6 minutes, he's sitting down the rest of the first half. Or the rest of the first quarter, most of the third.
They're probably not guarding each other.
Just to be fair. He's done. Why? Because now these are guys you're competing against that's actually putting pressure on you. So then, hold on. So then,
he's not. Do you think Shaq's going to guard Joker on the other end ticket, or does this argument still apply?
There's only one player in the NBA right now, one center that can do that to Jokic. So when y'all discount, all I'm saying is this, big dog. I'm saying, look, man. Geotown cannot put down the other great time bigs because most of those dudes were great offensively and defensively. Hakeem, great offensively and defensively. Tim Duncan, great offensively and defensively.
Didn't say him. I didn't say
him.
But
even that. But chill. If Shaq played in this era, he would be doing the same thing everybody else is doing. They would have him play off ball because you don't want to get in foul trouble versus Joker, and you don't want to pull your best interior defender away from the rim. That's why they do it. Because if you said go ahead.
And they would put Shaq in pick and roll action like it was crazy, like it was like.
And Shaq will hold on. And Shaq would see pick and roll action against the Phoenix Suns all the time with Steve Nash.
Yeah,
Shaq didn't see pick and roll action against Tony Parker and San Antonio Spurs.
Number one, I'm glad you brought that.
No,
you're not. You know why you're not?
You know why?
You know why you're not about to stomp a mud hole in me? Because I'm sure that Shaq saw pick and roll against the guys who invented the pick and roll. The Utah Jazz in 1997, 5 games. There's the door. In 1998, 4 games. There's the door. So the idea of him being good, I'm gonna say this one more time to you, Ticket, because I don't think you heard me. In 1997, Shaq is entering his apex. 5 games against the Utah Jazz. There's the door. The next year, they win 64 games. Put Shaq in action in the pick and roll. 4 games. There's the door. Why? Because Shaq doesn't really roll that well in the pick and roll. He doesn't switch in the pick and roll. He doesn't hedge in the pick and roll. He can't recover in the pick and roll. We live in the pick and roll era. It was just introduced to us back then when Malone and Stockton were doing it. Everybody is doing it right now. So they would put Shaq. They would put him in so much action like that. But I want to rewind really quickly.
Work for Jokic?
I want to rewind really quick.
Does that same logic work for Jokic?
I don't think so. The reason why I don't think so.
You don't think so? You don't think a horrible pick and roll defender? You don't think
so? We're doing narratives again. We're doing narratives again.
Hold on. You don't think if Steve Nash put him in a pick and roll, he got?
We're doing narratives again.
You don't think if Jay Kidd put him in a pick and roll with Kenyon Martin back when he was in the NBA Finals, he ain't got a problem? You don't think?
Ticket. Do you realize the Nuggets are the top 3 pick and roll defense in the league, right?
And it's
not because of Jokic, though.
But again,
that's what I'm saying. I don't believe in taking credit away from one player because a system works. That never works for me. I don't live in that.
We don't have to.
But I'm saying, the Bucks had a horrible defense this year with Giannis on the court. But we're also not saying that it's just Giannis's fault. Why? It's just not. He was thinking still be a really good defender. So I'm saying you can be an above average defender.
That same logic.
You can be an above average defender or an average defender with a system within. That's his job though. So again, you just watched this last game.
It's Giannis's job too to have a good defense, and they're not doing it.
Listen. You just watched in Game 5 versus Anthony Edwards when they blitzed him 34 to 27 times. Jokic got 2 steals in the pick and roll because he was playing at the level.
He does have active hands. He does have that. I'll give him that.
But that's what I'm saying. Not allowing a player to get to the rim. This year they were top 5, top 6 in rim defense in the league because they don't allow you to get to the rim. Joker has to do that. I'm not saying he's a rim protector, but in space, he's not what people think he is because when he's engaged, which is when me and Mars talked about this after Game 2. I have no idea why he was playing that way. Since Game 3, They have changed everything defensively because it starts in the middle. He has to play well defensively for them to function as a defense. That's because he can't be lazy. He can't be trash.
So
otherwise
that's the thing. So that's
a guy, real quick, Dub, and I want you to stay on your point, Dub. And a guy like Shaq, he would improve because he would see more pick and rolls. So he would know how to deal with it, as opposed to back then. It was only one real team that was running it, and that was the Utah Jazz, who they struggled against the most. But go ahead, Dub. I don't want to get you off the point.
So that's the biggest point right there with Jokic, and I guess you could use Shaq in this little comparison that we're doing. It's more about willingness, right? Like Shaq, a lot of times, like he just want to be chilling. Like he want to chill, down low, rim protect, and especially in that era, he was fine with. Now, maybe if he could get a coach that could get that out of him, maybe. But Jokic and his main value defensively comes from his willingness to just rotate well, his willingness to move around, and his willingness to just hedge properly and things like that. And he has very active hands. I think he gets in passing lanes pretty well for a guy like him. So I think that's pretty good for him. So I think that's the main difference between the two. Now, will Shaq have that in today's era? I don't know. I don't even know how we got to this point because we were talking about Rudy Gobert. But to me personally, like despite Jokic even having that type of willingness, I still don't think he's that great of a defender. But at the end of the day, he does a good enough job, similar to Stephen Curry. Sure. Does a good enough job in the system to understand where to be and when to be at.
How hard does he have to work in this era? Hold on. So listen what I'm saying. Hold on. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. No,
keep going, Ticket. Keep going.
He only has to worry about one center in the NBA, and he don't even have to play him in the finals. And that's Embiid because he never gets out the East. That's the
so Anthony Davis averaging 27 points a game last series meant nothing.
No.
That doesn't exist.
Hold on. I'm not. AD's not a center. Hold on. Let me.
You got to stop saying that. He's played center the past 4 years. No, he made first team All NBA to center starting in 1920. He's a center.
I'm trying to give you a point, brother. We're talking about true centers. When we talking about Zoe Morning, Ewing, Mutombo, all those other guys I just named. We're talking about true centers, bro. Right. Ben Wallace, all these guys were true centers. I'm saying that Jokic, and it's not his fault. I'm not downing him because I'm not saying only thing I'm saying is Swiper. Don't tell me that a 4-time defensive player of the year award, Rudy Gobert, y'all think no other all-time great show a better showing than what he's showing right now defensively.
Yo, Ticket, can I ask you a question?
Hold on. A prime Ben Wallace looks way better than Rudy Gobert right now.
And wouldn't make Jokic work at all on the other end. He would be maximum rest.
A prime Tim Duncan looks way better than Rudy Gobert. I'm not gonna lie. A prime Kevin Garnett looks way better defensively than Rudy Gobert right now.
He's little. KG is little. Jokic would have his way with KG. Stop it.
Okay, man.
So Ticket. Ticket. What I want you to do.
Dominate Draymond Green.
Wait a minute. He averaged 31 and 12 against them.
16 and 16 versus Draymond this year. 22, 16 and 16 this year. This is what I don't understand. How does Draymond get this path because he's on television? Look at Rudy Gobert being a liability. Duff, go ahead, because you seen with your own eyes Draymond getting cooked this season by your.
I want to ask. I think this is the biggest thing here. And especially we got the Hoopers here, so I want to ask them, does psychology not play a factor in any of this? 100%. Because when I watch Rudy, he knows what to do. He knows where to be. He's doing the right things. But if the offensive player doesn't look at you as a threat, I mean, at the end of the day, that they're going to be cooking you because they don't look at you as a threat. Like that's what happens. And when you're an offensive player, and even though the guy's hands is in their face, if you have the utmost confidence to be cooking them, that's exactly what you're going to do. And when Ticket talks about NBA players saying this and that about Rudy Gobert, I can understand how that can be unfair, but that's the mind of what the basketball players see him as. And if that's the minds of what the basketball players see him as, that affects how he can affect the offensive players because they don't look at him as a threat.
And we're not talking swipe. We're not talking about role players. We're talking about all-stars, Hall of Famers, and all-time greats who've done this. They're all saying the same stuff about Rudy Gobert. So this ain't no sideline.
But they're doing that and then big upping Wemby. And Wemby also got shredded by Embiid and Joker.
No. We're not talking about. We're only saying what Mars said too. They're only saying that Wemby deserved a defensive player of the year award this year. They're not saying that he
was getting cooked.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying.
But how does that apply?
No, listen to what I'm saying, bro. All they're saying is this. When you're truly great, you all say Jokic is one of the greatest offensive players ever. Michael Jordan was the greatest offensive player ever. But Big Ox Bob, What happened when you have a defensive demon like Gary Payton, who was a defensive player of the year that year in the finals, wanted to compete? He went to George Karl after game 2 and said, put me on Mike. If they would have did it, and they tied up the series, if they would have did it earlier, that series might have won 7 games if they would have put Gary on Mike. And Mike was the greatest offensive player in NBA history. And look what Gary Payton did just by competing. Well, all I'm saying is that if you're going to tell me that a prime Ben Wallace, a prime Tim Duncan, a prime David Robinson, a prime Alonzo Mourning, a prime Hakeem Olajuwon, a prime all these guys would not make no difference than what you're seeing from Rudy Gobert, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award, you're lying. I'm not saying they can shut Jokic down. Nobody can shut any great player down. You ain't shutting just Kobe down. You ain't shutting just Shaq down. But you can slow them down. Rudy's not doing that.
But I guess what I don't get about this is that the Wolves had the best defense versus the Nuggets over the course of the entire season, and then they figured them out, and then now everything is cooked. Like, for me, that's the story. Go ahead,
I don't think Swiper, I don't think what Ticket is saying is ridiculous. Like, obviously, I think Rudy Gobert is a great defender. Like, I think Rudy Gobert deserves his all defensive player of the year awards. I think he deserves those. I think he is. I don't think he can get with Jokic. I don't think that. I don't think he can stop Jokic, but I also agree with Ticket on the other end. Like I told you yesterday, I disagree that he would do this to Dikembe. I disagree that he would do this to Alonzo Mourning. I disagree that he would do this to Patrick Ewing. So I agree with. I mean, it's a lot of points. I don't think anybody's saying anything that's just egregious that we got to,
Bob, hold on. As a big man, let me ask you a question, Bob. As a big man, you watching Rudy Gobert in that series. What are some of the things you're seeing Rudy's doing wrong defensively as he sets up with Jokic?
Well, we talked about that yesterday. I just don't think he's working early. I think he's I think he thinks sometimes as a big man defender, you get arrogant. You get arrogant, like, I don't need the front you. Let him get the rock. We get it on down here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the front you. I don't need to bump you. I want you to get the ball. I'm beating that.
Right,
Rudy, this ain't that type of party. Rudy, you gotta work. Like Rudy got.
Bob, I want to ask Bob something too.
Bob knows as a big man. Dub, if you're doing 2 things, if I know you're an all-time great big man that gets buckets, this is what Bob gonna do. First of all, when you come past half court at that 3-point line coming down, I'm already bodying you. I'm trying to fight you from getting to whatever position you want to get.
Early, gotta meet you early.
Rudy's not. Hold on, he's not doing that. Secondly, what he's not doing, he's not denying the pass to Jokic. He's just standing letting him catch the ball. That's the second thing he's doing. He's not denying any pass to Jokic on any side of the basketball, whether he catches high post or low post. If he catches the low post, he's playing behind him and straight up letting him catch it. That's dead meat. Then what he's doing is he's not changing up defenses, y'all. He's not filling in one play and then pulling the chair the next play when Jokic is leaning on him. All Jokic is doing is leaning.
Yes, he is, Ticket. That's not true. Yes, he is.
But the other thing too, though,
he's not covering them the same. He's not covering them the same way. That's not true, Ticket. That is not true. He's not doing that.
What else is there too to answer the complete question though? Like, it's not only working early too. You know what I'm saying? There's also more aspects to it. Staying solid, staying down, not going for the pass fakes, the pump fakes. Sometimes all you can do is stop trying to block shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blocking that. I'm just contesting. I'm making it hard for you. I think so. And my thing with that chill was Zoe Mourning. I think Zoe's gonna be better at working early than Rudy would be. I think Ben Wallace. Well, you didn't say.
Can I ask something right before you go?
I said Dikembe, Pat, and Zoe.
Mourning.
So yeah, so those guys. That's my thing. I think some of those guys are better at those things than Rudy, like staying down, just contesting, understand I can't block everything, working early, being physical. You get to the paint. Those are just some things I think that those guys will do better.
Boxing out,
but I think Rudy is a great defender. I think Rudy. I don't think Rudy is a bum. I think those guys are too hard on Rudy. I think a lot of it's personal. I think a lot of guys don't like who Rudy is.
That's all I'm saying.
The way he reacts to certain things. I think there's a lot of that going on.
I
think Jokic.
Open your eyes.
There's a gap. I think there's a gap between Rudy and those all-time great defenders. There is a gap. I think, and Jokic's offense is right there where they're.
I don't see Rudy boxing out. I don't see Rudy
now.
I see Jokic getting second chance opportunities off his own shots. Rudy's not boxing out. A lot of the
does that versus everyone.
Hold on, chill town.
He's laying on the ticket. It's hard. That dude's big.
He's getting bodied to where he can't even jump up and get a contest up. So he's getting bodied in the post so hard that he can't even contest a lot of the shots.
Ticket, I have a question that relates to that, and I want to ask.
Right quick, Dub. Hold on, right quick. After Dub asks his question, I need Mars to speak on this. and then we got to move on. But I just want to shout out all 2,000
people. Let's stay here.
Like,
listen, I'm here. I'm not gonna lie. We here. We here, Ron. We got 3 hours.
All right. Hey, we got 3 hours. We got 3 hours. Hold on, Ticket, right quick. Hold on. Hey, hold up, Ticket. I just got to tell everybody to like the video. Appreciate you for being here. Shout out to all of our members. Shout out to our subscribers. Scan that QR code right below. Chill. Mars, right after Dub's question, I need you to speak on this topic. Go ahead, Dub.
So, Bob, I wanted to ask you, do you think it could, because this is something that I don't think people really could know unless like you're in the moment. Like, do you think Rudy, especially when he's guarding some guys, that he's really like because when you're an offensive player and somebody's really putting their body on you, when they putting their strength on you, like it can affect you and really throw you off guard. Do you think Rudy is a guy where he just sits here, knows where to be, and puts his hands where it needs to be, and not really putting his body on these players, which is why these players don't really consider him a threat? I don't know which one it is, because again, I think you really just have to be there in the moment to really understand that. I can't really tell, and I'm just trying. I'm curious because I think his tools should be able to.
It's a great question because we got
to be better.
We got big guys up there, so it's a great question.
His tools should be able to contest Jokic better than this.
I can't call it up, and that's the thing. I think he should be able to contest. A lot of times when you're not a big, imposing, like physical dude, but you're long, athletic. A lot of times you still got to take the contact. You got to take the contact and be able to get off the ground quick, or take the contact, or not completely pull the chair, but just absorb the contact. And I think Rudy does that. I don't think Rudy is soft. I don't think Rudy ducks contact. I never see. I really barely see. I'm trying to think of when I've seen Rudy duck contact right now, bro. I don't see it. I don't think Rudy's soft. I think he plays ball. I just think Jokic is just this nice, bro. Like he's just this good. And on top of that, y'all were saying earlier about Cat starting on him. I think Coach Finch might be starting Cat on him because he knows let Cat get some of these early fouls. You know what I'm saying? The way Jokic plays. That's not soft, bro. That dude is just big, bro. That dude is just
still screen image.
He ain't soft, Ron.
Still screen image. Do you remember what that was from?
You called him soft. You called him soft because somebody jumped on his back and tried to choke him out.
You think he's doing so morning like that?
Yes.
You think he's doing? You a damn in Killtown. I swear to God.
No, chill. Let him tell you. No, chill. Let him tell you what play that came from.
Thank you, Swap. Ticket. That's a picture. You can't even use something like that. I see. It doesn't make me soft if you're stronger than me, bro. Like that don't make you soft. But
now,
like I said, that's a picture.
You had mentioned doing your work early. Well, doing your work
that came from Chill. That was when Rudy tried to post him up. It was about the travel. When he posted him up, it was about the travel, and then he let go of the basketball. That was an offensive play, by the way.
Hold on. What type of defense is that, bro? This nigga got his leg up. What defense is that?
Still screen images make no sense to me.
They don't make any sense.
Yo, Mars.
What is he doing?
You talked about, and I know, Mars, we're going to get right to you. Matter of fact, go ahead, Mars.
Didn't Alonzo Mourning, I can pull up the Vince Carter tape for Alonzo Mourning. We're doing all that since we're just going to get still screen images.
Ticket and Chill, check your DMs real quick.
Mars, I need you to talk to us. I know it's probably been a lot of points that you can address during this conversation, but can you set the record straight on some of the things that's happening right now?
I think it's fine to say that there's guys who are better post defenders than Rudy Gobert. I think it's fine if you think Alonzo Mourning or Ben Wallace or Ewing or Dikembe are better post defenders than Rudy. Rudy has never won Defensive Player of the Year because of his post defense. That's not ever been the reason. He's capable, he's good, but in a league where there's not many post up bigs and the way the game's going, I mean, the best big man defenders aren't one-on-one post stoppers. That's just not the game. Rudy Gobert is a paint presence, rim protector, and he does that better than maybe anyone in the NBA. And in this series, he's done that maybe better than anyone in the NBA. When he's on Aaron Gordon, the Nuggets can't score at the rim. That's a fact of the matter. When he's on Aaron Gordon, they can't score at the rim consistently. So if we're going to hold Rudy Gobert to a standard of post defenders, sure, we can criticize him and say he's not as good as them. I agree. But at what he is asked to do in the modern NBA, he does it better than almost anyone.
That's a lie. Who I'm gonna listen to, you or the greats? I think I'm gonna listen to the guys on the court.
You realize that these are the same people. Like, so you're referencing these are the same people.
So Rondo. So we talking about Rondo.
But they're talking more one-on-one and post defense. That's what they're talking
about. They couldn't even explain what help side defense was and what made it so good. I watched everything you're bringing up about Gil. And maybe Rondo, I haven't seen Rondo. I can speak to Gil and Kenyon. They're literally saying he's not affecting the game as an off-ball defender. To Mars's point, Aaron Gordon was 11 to 12 because of jump shooting.
That was it.
Because he can't get to the rim when Rudy's on the court consistently. That's why he was 11 to 12. Maybe Dub. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I saw a different game.
He was dunking on Rudy. He was dunking on Rudy.
11, 12
he was dunking on Rudy.
Rudy was playing backside help defense.
No, he was dunking on Rudy when Joker would drop the ball off to him. And he was rotating. It wasn't because it was straight up. That's not true. That's not true.
Rudy was getting his ass cooked so hard. He told Slow-Mo when he came in the game to get on Jokic.
Yeah, you know why? That's their best defense.
Dub, did you see when Rudy told Slow-Mo to get on Jokic when he came in the game?
Yeah, but that's their that's their scheme. Like, I understand that because that's what
Rudy told him. Slow-Mo looked at him like, "Are you crazy?" He's like,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Look at him like that.
That's how Finch deploys his scheme. By the way, go ahead.
Okay.
So two things, Ox. You were talking about doing your work early. Well, doing your work early entails being physical. Well, we already saw what happened when Joker figured out the physicality. Now we're going to talk about, like Ticket just mentioned, denying the basketball. Okay, Alonzo Mourning is not playing on the line, up the line, 22 feet away from the basket. Dikembe Mutombo is definitely not playing on the line, up the line, 22 feet away from the basket. And I know for a fact Ewing is not doing that. Add that to the fact that when he gets the basketball, when he drags Patrick Ewing, when he drags Dikembe Mutombo 22 feet away from the basket, we saw what happened when he did that with Anthony Davis, who, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, was regarded not on the best defensive team, the best defender in the playoffs last year when he had him away from the basket like that. And what was he doing? It was almost like he was a stop sign because he was blowing right past him. And Dikembe Mutombo is not nearly as fleet-of-foot as Anthony Davis. Neither is Patrick Ewing. So I don't see any reason why once he drags those guys away from the basket, they wouldn't do the same thing. Add that to the fact.
Because I went back to the University of Georgetown and showed you where he's playing defense on the
perimeter. Oh, look at that. Still image.
Where he's playing defense on the perimeter. So you're a liar saying he won't go out there and play defense.
Okay, you know what that is right there, Ticket. That could very well be. First and foremost, that's Derek Coleman playing on the wing, who was the Big East Player of the Year, busting Alonzo Mourning ass. Let's be clear about that. Now, absolutely, 100% he was. But with that being said, when we talking about the work look
what Terrell did to Dion. You see that? Look at Dion getting thrown apart. Look at Dion getting thrown apart. What kind of coverage is that? What kind of coverage is that, Dion? Getting dominated. You sucked. Boo.
You're a liar, bro. You're a liar, bro.
But what I'm saying is that to Bob's point, when he talks about doing your work early, that entails physicality. Now, with these guys being physical with Joker, that goes both ways. Bob has said this to me a bunch of different times. When I'm leaning on a dude, a big dude leaning on me, okay, early when I'm fresh, no problem. Man, we get into the meat and potatoes of the game. We get into the third quarter. We get into the fourth quarter. That big dude Joker's still leaning on me, still pushing on me. I got to deal with that. I'm not as fresh as I was 2 quarters ago. I'm not as fresh as I was a quarter ago. Joker, on the other hand, still has the other stuff because he's not just leaning on you on a box. What he's also doing is he's dragging you away from the basket. He's knocking down that mid-range. He's knocking down the long ball. And when he gets going the way he's going, particularly in that offense that they have, I'm trying to figure out what formula do you have to slow him down, Alonzo Mourning, at 6'9", 6'10". What are you doing?
Bro, Alonzo Mourning, did you watch Alonzo Mourning Chilltown?
Yes, sir. He was a great rim protector. Yes, he was.
Was he a great defender or not?
He was a great rim protector, 100%.
I'm asking you, was he a great defender or not?
He was a great rim protector.
I asked you that. I asked you, was he a great defense?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was a great
defense player. So we're not saying good. We're saying he was a great defensive player. So you keep trying to throw size into this like that matters. You don't use size for Draymond Green, son.
And he'll bust Draymond Green ass too. What are you talking about?
Well,
he
tell
did
that's why Mars still ain't
He did bust Draymond Green's ass. What are you talking about? He'll bust Draymond Green's ass too. Even if Draymond Green played him better, let's just say for the sake of argument. Let's just say for the sake of argument that what Draymond Green.
If we're doing that, Mars, let's pull up Rudy Gobert's numbers from this series then, since we're doing that. So, but he's not going to believe that because its eye test tell him different.
So
Mars,
no more than that 2 defensive player of the year.
Why do you guys think I have the matchup data?
No, because Ticket wants you to bring up the matchup number for Draymond, and they're going to be even worse than the matchup numbers for Rudy Gobert from this series. So
that's why I said pull it up. Embarrass me.
Why would Ticket? We are your friends. We're trying to help you. We are friends. We are friends.
Everybody on this damn panel, acknowledge me, sucker. Now, Alonzo Mourning, Ron, 2-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Two times he led the defensive NBA in defensive blocks. All defensive team. He gonna tell me a dude like that who's
Stop right there, Ticket. Stop right there. I want you to keep going, but you just said he made the all-league defensive team in 15 years. Tell everybody how many times he made the all-league defensive team.
Hold on.
Ticket. Tell everybody how many times he made the all-league defensive team.
Look at Ticket. Clock.
You just brought it up, Ticket. Tell everybody how many times he made the all-league defensive team.
I want you to know right there. That light at the end of the tunnel, it ain't a light, boy.
Ticket, one more time, Ticket. How many times did he make the all-league defensive team, Ticket? Because you brought it up.
Hold on, chill. You're right, but here's why. Okay. That's what happens when you're playing against when you got great competition at defense.
Oh, that's what it is.
When you hold on, how many all defense teams you gonna make when you got Dikembe in his prime in your league?
Okay.
Hold on. I'm telling you.
Keep going, Ticket. Keep going. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
1997. No, he was not. No, he's not. Wasn't in the league. Wake Forest. Boo.
97.
He came in the league in 97, right?
97. When was his prime, Ticket? When was Tim Duncan's prime?
Hold on.
When was Tim Duncan's prime, Ticket?
Was Alonzo Mourning?
When was Tim Duncan's prime, Ticket? He showed up in 97.
Okay.
When was his prime? Ticket?
Does Ticket do this to you too? Not answer questions.
Hold on. We can say Tim Duncan was we can say he was in his prime in 2000, 2001, right?
2000, no.
2000, 2001. So that
no.
You don't think that's Tim Duncan's prime?
I think it was 02, 03 at the very earliest. I mean, that's
well, peak and prime is different. I think that's a part of his prime.
So let's say for the sake
2001 was one of Tim
Duncan's. So let's say for the sake of argument.
2002.
Okay.
What's this got to do with Alonzo Mourning?
Y'all let him answer the question. When was his prime, Ticket?
Tim Duncan averages best points of his career, 25 points. Alonzo Mourning was an all-star.
We're talking defense right now.
Smoke it, my son.
Okay, so with that being said, Ticket, what you just mentioned, can you and by the way, that was year 10 for Alonzo Mourning. By the way, that was year 10 for him. Can you explain the previous years?
9 years.
He made the all-star team before that.
We ain't talking about all-stars. We're talking about
all defense.
We're talking about a defender, Ticket. Let's stick with defense. Let's stick with defense. Let's stick with defense.
Shrill Town. I got you right
Let's
here.
stick with defense.
Hey, chill. When you start repeating your name a lot, that's how you know he cooked. Go ahead. Ticket.
So Chill Town, hold on. So you're right? So Chill Town. Now listen to this. So in the years that Chill Town is talking about, you guys with Alonzo Mourning, right?
Who showed up in 92, by the way, with Shaq. Showed up in 92 with Shaq. He showed up in 92 with Shaq. That's Alonzo Mourning. He showed up in 92 with Shaq.
He was still one of the top defenders in the league in 01 and 02.
Okay. He won the defensive player of the year in 2000.
I'm saying, but he was still one of the top defenders in the league in 01 and 02. That was Tim Duncan's. Tim Duncan's best year was 02, where he averaged 25 points a game.
Yep. Now, with all of that being said, you said with the great bigs, the great defensive bigs.
Right.
We're talking about an all-league defender who only made the all-league defensive team twice. He played 15 years, Ticket.
Okay, so let's look at who else was on that list then. So you said that year for the defensive team, right, Chilltown? Right?
I'm going off what you told me, Ticket.
Here's who he was battling for defensive teams, y'all.
Yep.
Here's the guys. Gary Payton.
Payton.
No, we're talking about big. We're talking about big. No.
He said defensive player of the year.
Listen.
Are we talking about defensive player of the year? Okay.
I heard Ticket say defensive player.
I thought the conversation was just about being an all-league defender. That's what I thought the conversation was about. Being an all-league defender and being a great. Right, and being a great defender. Which Alonzo Mourning is. But keep going.
These are the guys we talking about, y'all. Gary Payton, first team all defense. These are the guys he was competing with on the defensive teams. Gary, Kobe, Kevin Garnett, Duncan, Shaq, Eddie Jones, Jay Kidd, Scottie Pippen, Cliff Robinson, Eric Snow, Karl Malone, PJ Brown, Dikembe Mutombo, Theo Ratliff, Bo Outlaw, nigga, I'm so outlawed. George Lynch.
Bo Outlaw? Is that what you just said?
I like Bo Outlaw. Chill. Relax on Bo Outlaw. He was a good player.
I'm not finished yet. Chill. I'm giving you the guys who was on the list that year. Hold on. Theo Ratliff, Bo Outlaw, George Lynch, Anthony Mason. Hold on, chill. David Robinson was on the list. Dale Davis, Rasheed Wallace, Grant Hill, Michael Finley, Kendall Gill, Dan Marley, Charles Oakley. Those are the guys that was on that list. Now, hold on, chill.
That's not most of them aren't his comp though.
So the next year, Chilltown.
Hakeem Ward is my dog, by the way. Ox.
Hold on. The next year, the competition. Hold on. The very next year, Chilltown. The competition when he did not make it. Here's who made it, Chilltown. The very next year. When he didn't make it, when you was talking about
just front court guys,
Dikembe Mutombo.
Okay,
Dikembe Mutombo made it. It's right here for y'all. Think I'm capping. Dikembe Mutombo made it.
Matter of fact,
Tim Duncan, Jay Kidd, Gary Payton.
We talking about front court players. I'm
not finished yet. Kobe made second.
Why are you naming these guys? Ticket. We talking about front court players. We're just talking about front court players.
Just name the bigs.
That's his competition.
I named the bigs.
That's his competition.
I named the bigs. Tim Duncan, Mutombo, and Kevin Garnett made first team that year.
So Tim Duncan shows up as a rookie, and a guy who's been in the league for 5 years.
No. Tim Duncan was 24 years old that year.
I'm talking about his rook season.
I'm saying that year.
I ain't even talking about that year. I'm talking about in 1997 when Alonzo Mourning's been in the league at this point for 5 years.
Right.
Tim Duncan shows up as a rookie and makes the all-league defensive team over him.
Bro, Tim Duncan was a monster coming out of Wake Forest. What are you talking about?
He was. I'm not gonna lie.
You acting like Tim Duncan was some type of chop. Tim Duncan was a absolute beast.
I want to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly.
Chill, they won the chip. His impact had to mean something. They won the chip.
What other rookies?
They played the Knicks.
What other rookies?
I don't care. Hold on. I don't care. Y'all played the Miami Heat.
To be fair, the Heat are better than Latrell Sprewell now. But to be fair,
that Heat team was not better than them. That Heat
Latrell. Hold on. Respect Latrell and Allen Houston.
No, that was my dog, but they weren't. They weren't better than Jimmy or Bam. Respecting them.
I got the Knicks beating Miami.
You're the same one talking about how Jimmy Butler was hurt.
Vinny Del Negro took that team down, bro. I'm good.
Shit, I got those Knicks beating y'all last year.
All right. Latrell Sprewell and pick and roll. I got you.
Fellas, I gotta dive into these super chats. All right.
What if the Knicks play Denver in the finals and beat them? What he gonna say?
Wait, what Knicks? This Knicks team? The Knicks you thought were getting out the first round versus 76ers? I'd be fine. I'd be completely chill. Tell them I would have been right about Jalen Brunson this whole time. Unlike that bum in the middle.
I gotta dive into these super chats, y'all. First, I want to start off by shouting out to all of our members that just joined today. My man Nathan Mahari, D Rose 30, Mar Holmes, they all became members today. Who else? My man Mr. Wave City, he also became a member. Vish Takes, welcome to the party. Appreciate you for becoming a member today. I got a few members chats too, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into those as well. Marquivian Black said Alonzo and Karl Malone would give Jokic panda eyes. Chilltown.
Alonzo Mourning. I don't know.
Punch him in the face.
Black eyes.
Hey,
here we go.
Panda eyes is like when your
eyes.
Mad
suspect.
They're gonna give a way better effort than what you're seeing with Rudy Gobert. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, you can compete all you want. You still gonna get your ass kicked.
Bam defends Joker better than
compete all you want. You still gonna get your ass kicked.
Bam was doing a great job. He was just getting cooked.
And Bam, and Jokic averaged 30 versus him on all-time efficiency.
Their best game was without Rudy.
Everybody, everybody got the single game sample size. All right, go ahead.
Real quick. I'm pretty confident I saw Rudy get the defensive player of the year and Cat sitting right behind him when Rudy said, "Yo, y'all don't need me for next game." And Cat eyes got this big, like what?
And then they went out and beat him by 30. Sit down, shut the hell up.
The Pirate King podcast, he's been a member for a month. He said Chilltown. That was straight blasphemy.
Thank you. And if you're in Miami and you see Chilltown in the street, just slap him upside the back of his head for saying that dumb stuff.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We're not spreading violence up here. We're not spreading violence up here, man.
I know Chilltown hang around down there in the South sometimes. Because
that's ridiculous, man.
If y'all see Chilltown in Miami,
chill. How tall are you?
You can't spread violence to your fellow commentator, man.
How tall are you, Chill?
Like that Zoe Morning. Doug, what the hell is wrong with you?
I ain't gonna answer the question. You hear what I'm saying?
I'm 6'4".
Are you 6'4"? Yeah, y'all ain't slapping him. You couldn't even reach him. Take it. What are you, 6'2"?
Hold on. Hold on. You see what's Zoe Morning like standing beside Pat Riley? Tell Chilltown to run down there to the game and say that to Zoe Morning.
Say what? That he'll get cooked? That's not tough.
Right into the arena, Chill. You know how he be standing up beside Pat Riley when he be standing up in the crowd.
Let me make sure I'm getting this correct. So you think I'd be afraid of Alonzo Mourning? You think I'm scared of Alonzo Mourning?
This is the same dude with our fight Shaq, man.
You
think I'm scared of Alonzo Mourning? Give me a break.
Man.
Yeah, hey, y'all make sure you like the video. Also, obviously, we be on the panel debating. They be on Open Gym debating. They be on Chill with Chill debating. They be on From the Logo debating. But this is your chance to join the group chat that we all in debating 24/7. Click the link. It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's fire debates going on all the time. Football, basketball, UFC, sports betting, anything you looking for is in there. I got a couple super chats from my man Gandhi KVT or KV2. You know he's tapping in. You know he got a super chat for everybody. He said, Chill, how would Kareem look in 2024? I think he kills Big Yoke, both sides of the floor.
That's a good question.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Hey, hold on. Chill. Add this onto that, too. How do you think that Hakeem looks in this league? Hakeem and guys like that.
I think Hakeem will be awesome today because he
getting cooked by Embiid.
He can play in the mid-range. Not only can he play in the mid-range.
Hold on. You think Jokic will cook Embiid, Swiper?
I think Embiid. I think Embiid would.
Oh, let's chill answer the super chat. The super chat was addressed to him. Hold on, Ticket. The super chat was addressed to Chill. Let him answer it.
Go ahead,
Chill, real quick.
How will Kareem look today, Chill?
I think Jabbar would be awesome today. Jabbar had an unstoppable shot, and nobody could block it. Nobody could get to it. Jabbar was a glass cleaner. Jabbar was also a great defender. I think Jabbar was a really good transition player, especially playing with these bigs today. I think Jabbar would be awesome today. 100% he would.
Would he be better than Joker?
No. Yeah, he would.
Oh,
he's Kareem.
wow.
He's Kareem. He's Kareem.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why this is a question. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But I'll tell you what, he be getting cooked by Embiid, though. Tell you that much. Heen.
I don't know. Listen, I feel the same way about Embiid that I feel about Jokic on sometimes.
My gosh.
I think Embiid. I think that we give him too much credit for not playing against real great competition. I'm just being honest with y'all. If you put him in the circle, full of all those all-time great bigs, he's not averaging 35 a game. He not.
Which if he's healthy, which one of them is stopping him? Because he shoots mostly jump shots.
No, I'm saying they're affecting him because you got to understand it ain't just about your size. It's about your length, athleticism, timing, and everything else that comes with defense. So when you had not only did you have strong power forwards, you had centers that was coming over that could block shots too. Even going to the 2000s, you had guys like Marcus Camby, all these guys that was coming playing excellent help defense. So you had a lot of guys. Chilltown know this. Chilltown knows about what's the boy's name that played for the Sacramento Kings, Keon Clark. You had dudes like that, Bob, that played for the Sacramento Kings that's coming over punching that shit to Africa if he come over there with that bull job. So you had
Africa.
Really great.
He's not. Why you say Africa?
No, I'm saying Keon Clark. You might not never heard of him, but he was a very good defender. Ron and Bob should know about him. He played for the Sacramento Kings.
With the UNLV.
So I'm just giving you guys who was really.
What's that got to do with Embiid and his jump shot?
No, I'm saying, hold on.
Black is 2 a.m.
You're not. Hold on. I'm saying that Jokic doesn't have to play against that type of competition where you have.
Who did Shaq play in the finals again? Can you remind me, Joe? Who did he play against?
Rick Smits in 2000, Dikembe in 2001, Todd McCullough in 2002, and Eric Dampier in 2006.
Shaq, hold on. He played against who else, Chilltown? He played against who else, Chill? Ben Wallace, one of the greatest defensive players ever. Dikembe Mutombo, one of the greatest defensive players ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Chilltown, don't make me get
and destroy him. And destroy him. And destroy him. Ticket.
You're gonna turn your back on your cousin
and destroy him.
Hey, Shaq,
what are you talking about?
Disown this.
What are you talking about, Ticket? We destroyed all of these dudes. What are you talking about, Ticket?
Disown him.
He destroyed all of these guys. All you doing? All you doing is yelling.
If only we could get a time machine and have Jokic play versus Rick.
He played against Rick Smith. Destroyed him. Did his job. Played against Dikembe Mutombo. I actually feel for Philly fans because what I saw in Game 5 against Minnesota, that's how I think Philly fans felt when Shaq was doing what he was doing to Mutombo. I kind of felt that way. Todd McCullough actually set the record against Todd McCullough for blocks in the NBA Finals, which still stands to this day. And Eric Dampier, who they were throwing 3 and 4 guys at Shaq, at that time. And they didn't go to him nearly as much in 2004 as they should have, because that 26 could have been 32 or 33 if they went to him more, because Ben Wallace couldn't do anything with Shaq. Nothing.
So we went from Kareem to Shaq versus Todd McCullough. Let's go.
Well, this all started because Rudy. Go.
Jerry said it's better offense at the end of the day by Joker. Plus, Rudy is going against a perimeter team with a big man who can score whenever and make any pass. What is Rudy supposed to do? Ticket.
First of all, what we're supposed to do is have heart. I'm just saying, he like the cowardly lion out there. Bro, listen, it would be one thing if I'm saying it. Bro, you have everybody ain't jealous. That's why I try to tell y'all this, bro. Chilltown, we are getting into a dangerous space. Anytime somebody say something about Jokic, you either label a racist or a hater, bro. I hate that. When we criticize anybody else, you can criticize them openly without no problems. You talk about Jokic, look how everybody has backlash against you when you point out flaws against him, when you question something about him, bro. That's not right. I've seen true greatness in my lifetime. And I'm not saying Jokic ain't great. I'm just saying I've seen greater than Rudy Gobert. And what Rudy Gobert is doing, a 4-time defensive player of the year, is monkey crap. Point blank, period. And you're not going to tell me that Alonzo Mourning or prime Dikembe Mutombo or prime Pat Ewing and those guys ain't going to do better because they will. And
they would have got cooked. But just to be fair, but after game 2, chill, didn't everybody up here say Jokic had to be better after game 2?
100%.
I don't know where that came from.
And then hold on, you said that on Swiper.
Honestly,
You said that Swiper because you have character. But even when you said that, look at the comment section. They were hating on you. So Chilltown, what is it for a man?
I thought the series was over. I said that.
What is it for a man to gain the world but lose his soul?
No.
I know you
That's the most out of context Bible verse I've heard this week. Most out of context Bible verse I've heard this week.
Not only that, Ticket.
Ox, I'm confused.
No, I did not.
What's the context?
I did not sell out to anybody, Ticket.
Show the Clutch Sports picture.
No way. No.
Now we're back to LeBron.
Stop.
I'm confident. I'm confident that I came up here after game 2. Did I say we were going back to Denver?
Did they send you the email too?
Did I say we were when after game 2, when Minnesota did what they did to Denver, did I say we were coming back to Denver? I said the series was over. I thought it was done. I didn't think that they could recover. It wasn't a matter of Joker has to be better. I didn't think they could recover. But watching Joker in these last, not just 2 games, but watching Joker do what he's done and adjust to the physicality, because once you adjust to the physicality, guess what now happens? It's the same thing as putting up your dukes and fighting the bully. Now the bully got to fight me. And now we got to see what kind of skills you have as a fighter, which you're not prepared to do. You actually prepared as the bully for me to roll over. Now when you actually got to fight me, now you get to see what you're really about. Now we actually get to see what these dudes is really about. And we saw what Joker is about. And just like you, Ticket, I was around during that time too. And I remember Alonzo Mourning, who could face up. I remember Alonzo Mourning. I remember Patrick Ewing. I remember Dikembe Mutombo. And I'm not going to lie to you, Ticket. That era of big man, let's just say 1995, which we don't live there anymore, Ticket. You have to accept the fact, just like I have to accept the fact that it's not 1995 anymore. These dudes is fucking awesome. These dudes are fantastic today.
Hold on.
Not only are these dudes fantastic.
Come there, because I want to answer the question. The final boss wants to answer that damn question you just said. If they're so great, why in the hell is the goddamn guys laying down to that phony, false-ass Boston Celtics team you're talking about right now? If this era is so great, hold on. This is me and this jabroni right here. If it's so great, you jabroni, why in the holy hell is the Cleveland Cavaliers team heated with 2 of their top starters because they folded up the series? They're heated with the big man Jared Allen because he wouldn't take a pain shot to play in the game, and they're heated with Donovan Mitchell because he quit on the series and they know he's leaving to want to go get traded to another team when they had a chance to win those last 2 games and they quit.
It ain't 1995 no more, brother. Ticket, you have to. Ticket, you are Bobby Knight. That's who you are, Ticket. You are Phil Jackson. You're gonna be a dinosaur in a couple of years, brother. You're not changing with the times, and because you're not changing with the times, this is gonna go right past you. Guys like Mutombo. So if you rewind the clock back, Ticket, to that time that I was talking about, Mutombo, and just in the Eastern Conference alone, Mutombo, Shaq, and Mutombo, Shaq, and Alonzo Mourning. Do you think Valanciunas could have held his own against Olden Polynice? Do you think that Vooch could have held his own against John Koncak? These are the other guys, by the way. We're not talking about
Greg Ostertag.
Do you get some real names in there, Chilltown?
No, I'm not. I just said the Eastern Conference. I didn't get to the Western Conference. I'm giving you the Eastern Conference. He played for the Pacers. Do you think that Vooch could have held his own against Luke?
No, bro, listen. These dudes was cut different. No,
you don't think that Vooch could have held his own against Luke Longley? Is that what we're doing?
Bill Armstrong.
Do you think that Bam Adebayo could have held his own against Matt Geiger?
Bam Adebayo would have been
this is what I'm talking about because when we talk about the big man era, we're talking about the big man era of, again, just in the Eastern Conference, we're talking about Lonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, and Ewing. And in the Western Conference, we're talking about David Robinson, we're talking about Olajuwon, right? We're talking about those guys. Then it gets a little tricky, Ticket. Just like in what's going on today with Bam, with Rudy Gobert, with Anthony Davis. Then there's a separation.
Wemby.
I'm sorry, Miles. I'm sorry not to bring up Wemby. But when I think about the great guys that's in today's game, or even the not even great guys, the good guys in today's era. I mean, damn, I think that I can hold my own against Vlade Divac. I think so. I think I can hold my own. I feel like I can hold my own against Elmore Spencer. I think I can handle Benoit Benjamin.
What happened to Chilltown, Swipe? I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. Ron, that day Chilltown and Fluent had a debate against Mars and you know who, and they got their ass handed to them by the audience, even though they won. Chilltown switched up his flow.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. I still think John Stockton is awesome.
He wanted TikTok.
No, I did not. This is a crowd. Come on. This is not true. John Stockton is still my guy. I still talk about Larry Bird the way I talk about Larry Bird. That's not trying. That's not happening. That's not Ticket. I'm just not Bobby Knight like you are. I'm not Phil Jackson like you are. You didn't change with the times, brother, and you're gonna be extinct in a minute. That's what's gonna happen,
fellas. I gotta get back to the super chat. I gotta get back to the super chat.
Hey, Ron, I just want to say this about the Nuggets series real quick before if we continue on. Shout out to Mike Malone and Aaron Gordon for adjusting after game 2. I mean, they have given Aaron Gordon way more easier looks and not just having him stand at the 3-point line. They're putting him in more actions, and he's a true X factor in this series. So I just wanted Mike Malone and Aaron Gordon to get their props before we probably forget to go back to this series. But go ahead, man.
And we're definitely gonna get our predictions for this game later tonight. It's in Minnesota. No, it's in Denver tonight, right?
It's in Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota. Okay, yeah. Game 6 in Minnesota tonight. We're gonna talk about that. We obviously talked about the last games, but we're gonna get into that game a little later. It was obviously 2 games last night too. We got to get to those 2 games as well.
Yeah. Wait, no, there was one, right?
2 games. There was 2 games.
There's 1 game.
I only watched
Celtics and Cavs, and then Dallas and
Gandhi KV2 said being in Shaq pick and roll is definitely scarier than Jamal in Yoke pick and roll.
Yeah, all right. Mars? Go ahead. Pop. Shaq just rolling every play.
You don't agree with that either, Sniper?
I mean, Shaq just rolling every play. I mean, yeah, that's. Will they run a lot of pick and roll with Shaq?
That's a 300-pound roll. That's a 300-pound roll, though.
I'm saying, but would they run a lot of pick and roll with Shaq?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put him on the post. Ticket. Let him be a man. Let him be a man. Ticket. Be a man.
Nah,
don't be a man and get in the post.
Hold on. Who's dealing with Kobe coming off the pick and roll with him?
Kobe Bean. Him. Never mind.
Nobody.
My bad.
Nobody. So that bet is better just because Kobe is that much better than Jamal Murray.
Oh wow! I don't think so. Ticket based on what you told me. Jamal Murray.
Because he's better than Penny. Kobe's way better than Penny.
I don't know how much you think playoff Kobe better than playoff Murray for you.
Come on, bro.
Playoff Kobe and playoff Jamal Murray.
That's what I'm hearing from Ticket. I'm trying to understand how much better.
3 straight NBA finals. Ron, go to the next.
Kobe was averaging 30, man.
I just want to make sure. Because Ticket said to us that the only reason Joker is relevant is because Jamal Murray. That's all I heard.
I say he's better than Penny. Go ahead, Ron. To the next super chat.
Z-Dub said, what Ticket doesn't understand is Jokic is doing this to the number 1 defense in the league, not just Rudy Gobert. It's a team sport, and Jokic is picking the T-Wolves defense apart.
Who are you?
It's Z-Dub. That's what it said. Z-Dub.
Where is he from? Where he play for? What set he rep? What project he from? Project Clumsy? Get him out of here, Ron. Next.
So we got Z-Dub, Dub-Dub, L-Dub,
J-Dub.
We got a lot of fake dubs. It's only one dub. And he's only one dub, baby. He's up on the set.
I miss y'all, man. Good seeing y'all, bro.
Real dub in there back in the house.
I'm glad you finished East Coast, West Coast beef with Mars, boy.
Oh, no, it's still not on good terms, man.
Mars.
Still got beef? Are we still beefing?
Hold on, Ticket. Mars, yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Still?
Oh.
Okay, Ron, I'm sorry.
I'm one of those people where I could be in the same room with people I don't genuinely like.
Who Mars think he Roman Reigns now? He think he the leader of the bloodline?
I guess he's Solo Sikoa, man.
Gandhi KV2 said, chill. Who are your top 5 post defenders all time? Who you got?
Rudy ain't in it. Let's just put it like that. Rudy is not in it. So
you got 5?
Lajuan, post defenders. Lajuan, let's see, Jabbar, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell.
You better say Ben Wallace.
I won't say Ben Wallace over Dwight Howard. No, I won't.
Oh, what?
No, I won't say Ben Wallace over Dwight Howard. I will not.
There's something wrong with this dude.
No way. I will not say Ben Wallace.
But one person on Chilltown that I do want to acknowledge is somebody that Morris has said earlier when I was talking about the Knicks. I want to acknowledge Marcus Camby. I want to acknowledge Marcus Camby.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, who else I want to acknowledge? Because somebody sent me a reel earlier this morning, a Chris Kaman highlights. And I just want to shout out Chris Kaman because the K-Man was dirty. I mean, Chris Kaman was a bad dude. I like Chris Kaman a lot.
People just didn't like him because he lost his hair.
But there's a lot of underrated bigs too that I think kind of slide under the radar too. That were nice on the block. That had good footwork. Even dudes like I bring up dudes like Martin Gartat a lot. I bring up Louis Scola. But it's a lot of big men I think that get swept under the rug, and we get caught up in talking about the same 7 big men. And there was other dudes that had a lot of work.
The problem that I have with Ox, whenever we have stuff like this, is Ox, you want us to talk about these dudes like we talk about the other guys. I'm not saying that we can't forget Luis Scola. Absolutely not. No, we're not forgetting Luis Scola. We're not going to forget LaMarcus Aldridge. But when we're talking about the best power forwards, when we're talking about the best 5 men ever, I'm not bringing up Zaza like I'm bringing up Alonzo Mourning. When we
I feel that. I'm just saying we didn't have the same. Like, there's just so many times we can have the same conversation. You know what I'm saying? If we not talking about what's happening right now currently, and we go back to the past, then we end up having the same conversation a lot. That's all I'm saying. I like because there's hundreds of basketball players I played before, and we only talk about the same 15.
Not hundreds, thousands.
Yeah,
hey, Chill, you heard?
You know what I'm saying?
Chill, you heard what Tony Allen said about Rudy Gay? You heard that little interview he had?
I didn't. No, I'm sorry.
It was good, right?
It was good. No. It actually wasn't. So I remember Tony Allen. There was a year when Rudy Gay was on the squad, and Tony Allen was, trying to be like the glue guy that holds everyone together. And looked at Rudy, was like, "Yo, like, we can make something happen. We could get this done." And then Rudy Gay was just like, "All right." Just like, all right. I'm like, okay.
Rudy that guy? Was Rudy that guy?
Rudy's that guy, man. It's crazy.
Which would explain why when he left,
they got better. Every team he leaves, they get better. It's crazy.
I tried to tell you, Ox. I tried to tell you.
Oh, no.
He's a hooper, though. Like, he's a crazy hooper.
I can't go.
Dude, though. Anyway.
Hunter with the super chat. He said, at the end of the day, if Jokic adjusts to your style of defense, it's over. No one ever born would have been able to stop him, and that's no knock to anyone.
Look at your picture, dog. That's all we need to see. Next.
Don't disrespect Guts, man. That dude went to hell and back, man. Don't disrespect Guts.
Bro,
you don't know what that man. You don't know what that. Hey, that man fighting demons day in and day and night, 24 hours a day. He watched his girl. Some things happen to her, bro.
Michael Jordan, the greatest player.
Bad as a child, man.
Michael Jordan,
Guts is a man. Ticket. If you love a man's man, that's Guts
Michael
right
Jordan,
there,
the
man.
greatest.
You talking about cartoons, Doug?
No, he's not.
Yeah, man. I know a little bit. I know that one. Don't disrespect Guts, man.
What's your favorite cartoon, Doug? Barney?
Avatar.
We got
You look like you like the Teletubbies ticket.
I do.
Nah, we know.
Why are you dancing for Teletubbies?
This guy's crazy.
Hey, you know.
Hold on. Hey, hold on.
The backyardigans.
Hey, you wouldn't holler at Lizzo though?
Hell no.
Yo, Shanny.
Hey, but
Shanny two times. What's up? Shanny two times. He's been a member for 7 months. He said L Cavs # bring Bron back.
They still would have beat the Cavs in 5 games with them dudes anyway.
No,
if Jared Allen played.
That's not true. Them games like this,
They would have beat the Cavs in LeBron.
Hold on. I think if those two guys played, I think it's Spidey. Hold on,
What do you
chill.
think the Celtics
First of all,
are?
let's go to chill. Let's go to game 4.
The best team in the East.
Hold on, chill.
And the best team in the NBA.
I think they would have won game 4 if Spidey would have played, and definitely won. They would have definitely the series would have went 7 if both him and Jared Allen would have played. Because Jared Allen helps you. Hold on. Let me finish. He helps you at the basket defensively with shot blocking and rim protection, which would have stopped them from being able to penetrate and get so deep in the basket to the basket like they were in this series. And also with Donovan Mitchell, the way he was playing, bro. If you just added him to what they were doing, bro, they were competing, bro. Even in the last game. Up until the last minute, bro. If you had a guy like Spidey and then the big dude who copped out to the
Jared Allen.
That's a 7-game series right there, bro. That's a 7-game series, Chilltown.
I think they make it interesting, but I still think that they served them dudes in 5 games.
That's a 7-game series, bro.
I still think that they served them. What you saw.
Let me say this: when the Knicks send Ron home tonight, and Ron gets his lullaby, the Knicks gonna beat them.
No, Ron.
They don't play tonight. Ticket. They don't play tonight.
It's tomorrow night.
Hallie putting on a Friday night special
got 2 days
tomorrow.
off.
Get ready. Hey, get your popcorn set. Get your scenery set. Get your wine set because it's gonna be a show in Indy. I promise you that. And then we go back to the Garden on Sunday. We're gonna smoke them dudes out.
Is that the series we had a bet on or no?
Ron, they lost. No, we
didn't have a bet because you kept throwing out bogus things that I would win if I won the bet.
Why is it bogus?
You never gave me something to equal proportion.
I said you got to be off the show for a week.
And what do I get when we smoke y'all out?
I said I'd be off the show for a week.
Nah, Swipe.
I'll give you my pay for a week.
That's not an even bet, Ron. Ron, that's not an even bet, Ron.
No.
You want to humiliate me for the Pacers winning?
So, Bob, I heard what you just said, Bob, and I'm gonna tell you why what you just said is BS. And you just
that's not BS.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now.
You can't tell me nothing. That ain't
BS.
They
won by 20 without OG.
This is a team that lost without OG.
They won by 20 without OG.
I don't care. They lost without OG. There's no OG. There's no Mitch. There's no Julius. There's nobody.
You and Swiper got cooked on that. They lost.
This Indiana Pacers team is sorry as hell.
Hold on. They lose every
this
time they lose
weak
a player.
As hell. How you lose? No OG and you.
Why they still win though?
Man, they sorry. They don't lose. You know they sorry, bro. Come on.
They lost. Why
you want to? What type of mood you in? You need look. You woke up on the wrong side. You just want to argue today.
No, I'm not.
It ain't no way you up here capping for the Indiana Pacers right now.
Bojanovic. And they lost.
You might need to take a nap. Ron, give Ticket a quick 15 so he can go get some shut off. Let Ticket go take a quick cat nap because he in a bad mood. He just want to argue. He upset about something else because that's crazy. I'm not hearing no. Oh, them Pacers weak as hell, but they sorry, bro. And Ron's just trolling. Ron don't believe it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna expose.
And it's your man too, Ox. And it's your man.
Now, chill. He admitted to me that he's trolling. He definitely likes Tyrese.
The personal conversation.
He loves Tyrese.
That's crazy.
No, I just said I was willing to bet you money.
He's trolling.
I'm willing to bet you money the Knicks win this series without OG.
Oh, now Tick, you such a
no.
front
I said
runner.
no. He said no. I told you
take a nap. You making bad bets now.
I believe the Knicks can win this series.
Ticket. What's a bet I can bet you on that you guarantee so I can get this money up? What's a bet you got around the league?
I bet you that Jokic ain't the greatest thing I ever seen since sliced bread.
So there's no way to prove that. That's such a subjective take. There's no way to prove that. How do you prove it? How do you prove that?
Put that tape on. Put that tape on, man. You gotta put that tape on.
Ron, you're disgusting.
We gonna get to a whole lot more tape over the summer on playback. We're gonna go ahead and be able to break down what Alonzo Mourning looked like on defense, what guys like Ben Wallace look like on defense, Dikembe Mutombo, all of these greats, and then we'll be able to compare what we think they would do against Jokic.
If Ant-Man and them come back and win this series,
but they really didn't come back.
Wait, he said they were done. Ox, he said they were done. So what you mean if? Yes, you did. You said
you said
no. You said the Nuggets were done. You said the Nuggets were done. So go ahead, just stick with your pick.
Okay, I thought you said you thought I said the T was no. I said I asked Ron
They're gonna get swept. I'm gonna see you next week. They're gonna be swept. You're gonna come in here on Monday. They're gonna be swept.
Hold on, but will you blame Jokic if they don't win this series now?
Blame Jokic. How many times do I gotta hold that man accountable? If you're the best player in the world, you gotta get the job done. I don't know. I'm not you, Ticket. I don't make excuses for Kobe. I don't make excuses for Kobe like you do. You gotta get the job done. Be better.
Yo, I got a super chat. Super chat from my dog Leaf Diggy. Shout out Leaf Diggy for chiming in. He said Mutombo, Alonzo, Ewing, some of the perimeter defensive bigs in the 90s. Why Dino Arvidas take so long to join them at their best? Euro centers did not have their way against them. Joker would be no different.
That's not why Arvidas Sabonis stayed over there for a reason. Had nothing to do with that, by the way. Had nothing to do why he wasn't NBA in nothing to do it.
He was cooking when he
was. You don't think Arvidas Sabonis would have been dominant in the league at his apex? He's bigger than everybody. He was bigger and more skilled than everybody, but for the most part.
Why didn't Leaf bring up?
Did you see what he did to David Robinson?
That's what I was about to say. Why didn't you bring that up? It's interesting you brought up those other guys. Why didn't you bring that up? What he did to them dudes in the Olympics. Why we had to go get the pros.
Big Don Rich. He's been a member for 10 months. Shout out to Big Don. He said one day everybody should agree with Ticket. I bet he still argues.
I argued with your sister yesterday.
Yo, speaking of members, I want to shout out all of our members. If you're not a member yet, go ahead and join. Become a Hall of Famer. But we got 20 new members, courtesy of Players Choice Dave. He just chimed in and he gifted 20 Players Choice memberships. So shout out to everybody that just got a membership. Shout out to Dave for gifting those memberships. And welcome to the party. Y'all gonna enjoy it over here, I promise you. Once again, like the video. I do want to also let you guys know that we're on playback. Right after this, it's gonna be open gym. Come pull up with Mars. I don't know what agendas they're pushing today, but I know it's gonna be wild and I know it's gonna be entertaining. So pull up to that. Also tonight, it's only one game, but you can watch it with the one and only Chilltown Hoops, the Nuggets versus the Timberwolves tonight at 8:15 Eastern time.
What's the bet, Ticket? Who's winning the game tonight?
I'm not finna bet you, man. Listen,
I'm tired of you doing this. You're such a runner. You a runner. You a track star. He's such a runner.
That's crazy.
This is every time Ticket see me with a bet, he be doing this.
I told you from the beginning, bro. You a bad luck charm, bro. Real talk. I stay away from you.
Don't want nothing to do with you.
I'm not a dummy, though. I know when to get in the casino and when to get out.
Showtime, you watching that game alone?
Yes.
That's crazy because you've been tuning out for the last 2 games, man. So you bet you can't tune out this game.
What do you mean?
If it's a blow? I think I'm gonna put my money on.
You said you stopped watching the fourth quarter.
I stopped watching the fourth quarter in Game 5. I watched the rest of them. Joker didn't do what he did to him. I mean, that was Apollo.
I thought you stopped watching the last game too.
Oh, that was Apollo Creed getting beat up by Drago in Game 5. Hell no.
Oh, okay.
You ain't gonna subject me to no more of that horror. No,
I got you.
D-Dub said, Ron, run me my super chat from yesterday. I want to ask the panel if anyone has Jokic as a better offensive player over Magic, and if he's better defensively, what makes Magic better than Jokic?
He's better all around offensively than Magic just because his ability to score the ball, and he can pass the ball. So he's better offensively. Defensively, I ain't gonna say that Magic was solid. Magic wasn't worse. He wasn't worse. I mean, Magic wasn't. Excuse me. Jokic was worse than Magic defensively, but it wasn't like it's just out of this world worse. You know what I'm saying? But to me, yeah, I think he's better offensively, man. Bro, look, some of them guys, I gotta give him credit, man. That dude can play, bro. I ain't gonna say he can't play. Jokic is nice, man. He's nice.
What do you have? Yeah, because I know you have Jokic at 12. Where's Magic again?
Irvin Magic Johnson. I still have Magic ranked over Jokic, so that doesn't mean I have him ranked. Because you can be better than the guy, but if a guy has
the rings. Okay, I got you.
He's achieved more. Now, with Jokic is fast tracking now. Like if he wins back-to-back championship this year, to me, this may put him top 10 all time. Because now you got 3 MVPs, 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, maybe. That's crazy.
Where's Jamal Murray rate?
Is it just because of the ring, or has he gotten better as a player?
No, I mean the ring comes with it because it shows your elevation of your team. Like when you win a championship,
has he gotten better as a player?
No, I'm saying
has who gotten better?
No.
Is Jokic better today than he was last April?
Yeah, I think Jokic's game grows not only just. I don't think it just grows basketball wise. I think as you get older, Bob, his game grows mentally. So I see stuff like the way he's on the court, passes he make, the way he gets guys going, the way he does give guys on his team confidence. I give him all the credit in the world for that. I just don't think that he's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I've seen a guy named Hakeem Olajuwon. I've seen Tim Duncan. I've seen Shaquille O'Neal. I just think they're better.
Got you.
Jay Bowman said the times have changed and sports has gotten less physical, so Joker can eat. Put him in the 90s. He's not doing this.
I'm so tired of that unathletic era. I'm so tired of that unathletic era. Who was playing starting center for the Bulls, by the way, all multiple years?
What you mean unathletic?
Bill Cartwright and Luke Long.
Right, exactly. Wait.
What are you talking when you say unathletic? What do you mean by that?
I just named them. But Luke Longley and Bill Cartwright getting cooked. They're getting cooked in this league today. They're not skilled enough, and they're not big enough either. They're good players for their era, but there's no way they're coming over here in 2024 and they're not getting dominated by Anthony Davis, Domantas Sabonis, let alone. Like, all these dudes are bigger and more physical than them. Like, this is the myth. This is the myth. Not all these bigs were that big, that great, that's good athletic. You have your Hakeem, your Shaqs, your David Robinson, but then there's a drop off. Greg Ostertag, he started on finals teams. I liked him. He had a nice name. I love the 00. He's getting cooked.
Shout out to playerschoicemerch.com. If you haven't got a chance to go over here, scan this QR code right there in the bottom right of the screen and go check out some of these good hoodies, shirts, hats, etc., etc., etc. All right, fellas. It was the game last night, and it was a team that advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 113-98. They are the first team to get out of the second round. I want to talk about this, fellas. Jason Tatum had a pretty solid game. He had 25 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double, 4 steals. Jaylen Brown didn't really have that good of a game. Al Horford did have a good game. He had 22 points. On the other end, Evan Mobley balled out in an elimination game, had 33 points, couple blocks, 7 rebounds. But I want you guys to talk to me about this game and also talk to me about what it means for the Celtics to be the first team to advance out of the second round and get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mars, we haven't heard from you too much today. Talk to me about this.
I ain't watched the game, but I mean, Boston are going to get a rest before the conference finals.
At the earliest, I think Mars game 1 is. I think that Knicks series is going 7, so I think
Tuesday.
I think so. They got almost a whole week off.
So that's beneficial.
Western Conference Finals start around the same time?
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
Monday or Wednesday.
I don't know which day, but it's in around that time. But so that's beneficial. The Knicks and Pacers are going to be beating each other up while the Celtics get some time off. Porzingis get some more time to rest. I'm not saying he's going to come back, but always beneficial. From what I have seen, first of all, shout out to Boston. Very good job winning. But Evan Mobley at the 5 is where it's at. That's what it is. Evan Mobley's a 5. Especially on this team, he's a 5. That's no knock to Jarrett Allen as a player. He's a very good player. But Evan Mobley at the 4 is not the move. I think you have to run Evan Mobley at the 5. Just what he can do as I was seeing him like he's like they're running 5 out. He's like the Bam Adebayo to their offense. So Evan Mobley definitely should be the 5 going forward. So I don't know what that does for Jarrett Allen. Him not playing, and I seen a report or something that the players were mad that he didn't want to get an injection or something so that he could play. I'm not going to judge him for that, but I think it's probably time for Jarrett Allen to go, just so Evan Mobley can really get to his maximum. But everything else I've seen is just Boston were the better team, clearly. And there's nothing really to it. They were the better team. They executed better. Their offense is better. Their defense is better. Jason Tatum's defense is, I think, the most underrated aspect of his game. I think that's fair to say. I think Jason Tatum is one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. What he's able to do in terms of versatility, in terms of switching, executing multiple schemes, defending in the pick and roll, defending Evan Mobley, but then before Caris LeVert got hurt, defending Caris LeVert, then he's switching on to Darius Garland. Jason Tatum is one of the best wing defenders in the league, and I don't think he gets enough respect for that. So I wanted to give Jason Tatum his flowers for that, because other than like
against a hurt team, Flowers playing against a depleted team.
Flowers for how good he is defensively.
Where was he at when Donovan Mitchell was cooking his ass 3 the hard way?
Okay. Flowers for how good he is defensively in general. It's more than just this series.
Last 3 games,
I know. But you're talking about this series, so let's talk about this series.
I'm saying based on just some things I've seen from this series and Jason Tatum as a whole.
Okay,
when we talk about Jason Tatum, it's always surrounded by a lot of negativity. So I want to give Jason Tatum
like you mean like right now, Mars? Like right now, what was about to happen?
Stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, Jason Tatum. I want to give Jason Tatum credit for how good he is defensively. Swiper, I don't know if you know this. You've been going viral on the Boston Celtics Twitter side of things. You for saying that Jason Tatum's never had to see coverages like Anthony Edwards. They're not happy.
Yeah, he has
Swiper.
Respect.
Yeah, they're mad at you. So I just thought
he's never been blissed that many times, so don't worry.
Just thought that that they're mad at you for that.
But
yeah, I want to give
Jason... they also were mad at me for saying he wasn't first team All NBA. I don't think it's top 10 player. It's just it's just.
But I want to give Jason Tatum credit for that. But I will say I'm deferring to everyone else. I haven't watched the whole series in its entirety. I've watched like 3 of the games, so there's that. I didn't watch them all. So Chill, who's probably watched all the games. Go ahead.
So that's your guy, Chill.
So Doug, we giving your former tag team partner. We giving credit to a dude who got to play the Miami Heat without 2 of their top scorers and Jimmy Butler, and then
got nothing to do with Jason Tatum.
Well, Mars is more highlighting. Mars is more highlighting the
Terry Rozier.
Hold on. So Terry Rozier's been playing for years. Jimmy averaged over 20. So then you get to come play the Cavs.
Stop this goofy ass shit. When the last time you saw Terry Rozier in the playoffs? The last time you saw Terry Rozier in the playoffs was 2018. Stop this. This is goofy. Don't Ticket. Stop it. You saw Terry Rozier. You talking about Terry Rozier in 2018, 6 years ago? Is that what you're talking about? Give me a break, man.
Was Jared Allen an All-Star?
Give me a break. No, he didn't make the All-Star. No, he did not make the All-Star.
He's not a former. No, he's not a former All-Star.
Nah, he's a former All-Star.
No, I'm saying, but hold on. Isn't Jared Allen their rim protector, their perimeter, their interior?
All they do is make the series interesting. That's it. All they do is make the series interesting.
Okay, that's it. So Donovan Mitchell missing 2 games. Their leading scorer and an All-Star. That don't make no difference.
They was already down in the series when he was playing. Before he went out, they were still down in the series.
Lying ass, man.
Was they not down in the series when he was playing?
They was
yes
only
or no? They still was down in the series.
Hey, guess what?
They still
someone
down
has
in
to
the
be
series.
down after 3 games.
Right. It was
but what is it that Ime Udoka said? I'm not going to apologize for winning. Like
no, and like, there's no reason
they're doing their job. Like,
right. You still got to beat these dudes.
They got to do their job.
And then check this out, though, Mars. So Chilltown's excuse when they lose to the Knicks next round, we didn't have Porzingis.
What's the bet? Oh, wait, Ticket, can we make a bet? Can we make a bet?
But Ticket, we know because when they end up beating the Knicks, because everyone knows they're going to beat the Knicks, you're going to say they didn't have Randall and OG and Mitchell.
Can we take a bet?
Yeah, that's the point. You don't think they're going to beat the Knicks, and then when they do, you're going to say everyone they're missing.
I think Tibbs is
Bingo.
I think Tibbs is a great coach with great schemes, and they don't have a big man that they can exploit the inside with in that series because
hey, Ticket.
I see you're saying is valid. The point is, you're saying this now. You think the Knicks are going to win. When they lose, you're going to say everyone they didn't have, but you still picked them before the series. So no matter what Boston does, you're not going to give them credit. Because when they lose to the Knicks, you're going to say they didn't have Randall, they didn't have OG, they didn't have Mitchell Robinson, and then you're going to say, well, they still haven't beat a team that's healthy. Julius Randle's an all-NBA player. That's what you're going to say. So until they get to the finals, and then maybe they win the finals, you're not going to give them credit for getting out the East because they're going to play another injured team. Well,
to be fair, I do want to say with this Boston Celtics crew, if they weren't going to make it out this year, especially considering who they have on their squad and who they're going up against, it's just an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment if you lose to the Knicks, if you lose to the Pacers, if you lost to Miami. Like, it's just an embarrassment. So for me, like Boston's they're handling their business. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's, I don't have much to say about them because they're just doing everything I expected them to do. And they're beating hurt teams. I want to talk more about the Boston Celtics when they actually go up against the Denver Nuggets if they make it, or the Dallas Mavericks when they make it, and actually highlight the things they're doing well. Because right now they're just beating up hurt teams. And similar to how I viewed the Philadelphia Eagles 2 years ago when we made the Super Bowl, I'm like, bro, if we don't make the Super Bowl, it's just an embarrassment. So if we're beating these teams, especially we were beating the 49ers when they were hurt, what am I going to say? Oh, yeah, we were really cooking them. They were really cooking them. They were really putting things together. No, there's nothing to talk about because they're just handling what they should be doing, and that's beating hurt teams, and that's what the Celtics are doing right now. I really want to talk about the good things they're doing when they're actually facing some adversity. You know,
well, why do we have to talk about the good things they're doing that when they're facing adversity? Because we didn't do that with the Golden State Warriors. We didn't do that with any other team when those guys got hurt. We did not do that. We did not do that with the Golden State Warriors in 2017 when Kawhi Leonard went out. We did not do that. We just talked about how they were rolling. We talked about how that Golden State team. We talked about how that Golden State.
I think people think that they could have beat them if Kawhi didn't get hurt, though. I think
I'm not really. I'm not saying that they couldn't have. I'm not saying that they couldn't have. I think that Leonard in the same space with this Cleveland team, I think he would have made it way more interesting. Way more interesting. So I don't think that. I don't think that. It's not that they deserve credit, Ticket. What I don't appreciate is the fact that when they win, it's crickets. But when they lose, the volume is turned up to 10. That's my problem. It doesn't make
2017 Warriors is a good example because what's the team that they always get matched up against? The 2001 Lakers, right? And to me, it's more impressive how the 2001 Lakers was going through a gauntlet compared to the 2017 Warriors, who really wasn't besides the Cavs, if we're going to be honest. So I do think that does matter in the equation of how we're going to value and rank this and compare other people and how they're dominating. The 2017 run, even though the team was great, I look in awe on what that 2001 Lakers crew all the time based on the matchups that they were going up against.
Ticket, while you're feeling bold and confident, and you probably got paid today or yesterday, because I know it's payday for a lot of people. What would you be willing to put a Balenciaga bag on the Knicks Celtics series? What you want to put on it?
Swipe want that bag, Ticket.
I want that. You told me how many you got. I want one of them.
Want that. He don't want no bread from you, Ticket. He want that bag.
Balenciaga.
How is it pretty when I don't have a job and I own my businesses?
No, we ain't talking about that, Ticket. We talking about Swipe want that bag that you got, Ticket. He don't care about
Balenciaga bag.
No. He said it's payday yesterday. So he's talking about the 15th. How is it payday and I don't have a job? I own a job.
Well, then you pay yourself. If you have your finances in order, you're paying yourself for the 2 weeks.
Here's the thing, though, Ticket.
You don't have a business. You don't pay yourself out of your own business.
By the way, Ticket.
Going through our finances on our POS.
I was just about to say that, Ticket. If you own the business, well, it's payday for your employees. Can I get my bread?
Unless you're doing something you shouldn't be doing in the DR.
I'm not doing. Hold on. Listen.
It's payday for my employees. Can I get my bread, Ticket? Can I get paid?
I know you want to act like you're.
What's going on, y'all?
But you can put my name. I pay my taxes, sir, and we don't have no money. We don't have to do none of that. So just because you're a hater,
I'm asking for the bet. How am I hating? I want to know what the bet is.
You're worried about my finances instead of worried about yours.
You're the one that told us how much you made. Chill. Am I tripping? Did he not tell us how much he made last week?
Are you wearing a wire?
Nobody wearing a wire. Are you wearing a wire? This is bullshit, Ticket. What you doing right now? Okay, it's payday, Ticket. You are the CEO of the company. Can I get my check, please, Ticket?
No, but hold on. Why is Ticket not going to take the bet? If he's so confident in Knicks, I want to know how much money he wanted to put on it.
Ticket's doing it. He's going for the Knicks so that he can be like, yeah, I told you.
He's a contrarian. That's what he is.
Then if they lose, all he has to do is just be like, nah, they were hurt. That's why they lost. So he's just picking the Knicks.
He only wants the Knicks to win because of Becky Hammond. That's all it says.
I think that's a part of it. I think that's a part of it.
100%.
No, I do think he's a Jalen Brunson fan though. Like I remember last year when he was cooking up, he was a big supporter.
Oh, do you remember that? Do you remember when he said he wasn't a top 15 point guard in the NBA?
When did he say that? After the playoffs?
When did he say that? A week before
Becky Hammond.
He did. Wow.
He 15 point guards better than Jalen Brunson.
That's what people don't.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Becky made him watch the actual film, and then he seen, this man really is the number one option. Shout out to Becky for the attention that she brought to Jalen Brunson's game. Becky, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be acknowledging how great he is right now. So shout out to Becky Hammond. Also, shout out to Aces too. Y'all been tapping into WNBA?
I saw what's her name? Kelsey Plum? Is that her name? Yeah, I saw her hooping a bit. Yeah, bro. The WNBA is all over my pages and everything. I started watching them. Shout out to Caitlin Clark in that rookie class.
Did y'all see the best rookie play last night?
Cameron Brink was good. She does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. That we saw the actual best.
What is she? AD? Is she rookie or AD? Is that what she is? She got a better jumper than he did, but like.
I don't know. I don't want to compare it to AD. I don't know. I think she got more in her bag than AD. I know that.
I don't want to sound like the dirty old man, but Kelsey Plum is not hard to look at, man. She is a good-looking woman. Let me tell you.
You ain't gotta be. That's just a fact, man.
That is a good-looking woman. Yes,
we can recognize beauty. That's a beautiful woman right there, man.
That is a very good-looking woman. Yes, she is.
Sir. LaFlame with the super chat. He said, "Life gets easier when you accept that the Celtics just better." Dub Chill, Dub Tatum, L Swiper.
Oh, L Swiper when I picked him to win. That's crazy.
I
picked him to win. I got him going to the finals. Easy cakewalk too.
It's okay to hate the city of Boston, man. They're not good people over
anywhere Dr. King got his doctorate, I won't hate the city. The city did a lot of great things for the world.
A lot of racist things too.
We talked about that. Shout out Jaylen Brown, my brother.
Lego Rover said, I get what Ticket is saying, because when the Lakers were running AD and LeBron pick and roll, it was 2 points every time. Jokic was being lazy, but still.
I don't know about that.
AD hit his jump shots for the first time since 2020 in the series. So played really well.
I thought, and to get back to the Celtics, to bring it back to the Celtics and Mars's point, I thought the Celtics rotation guys actually did a really good job. Guys like Pritchard, guys like Cornette, who actually is serviceable. I thought Cornette wouldn't be playable in the playoffs because I didn't feel like he could score, but he's actually giving them really good minutes, especially around the rim more than anything. Really good minutes.
You don't think that that's based off like some of the matchups that they have? Like, I think maybe their talents could be a bit amplified, or their perception can be amplified due to some of the matchups they have. You don't think that that's because they're just going up against some weak
right and I could get with that, Dub. The fact that it's lesser talent out there, you could still be. I still think that if Jared Allen was on the floor, I mean Evan Mobley was on the floor. I mean, and Bam was on the floor too against the Heat, so he still was serviceable. It wasn't like he's Josh Giddey, where there's stretches where we got to get him off the floor. Like he doesn't help us at all. He is still serviceable. He still protects the rim. He still makes layups and things like that. So I think that helps them. To Mars's point about Jason Tatum being a switchable defender, I said this to you guys like 3 or 4 months ago when I watched Jason Tatum when they played against Oklahoma City. They ended up losing that game, but they played against Oklahoma City, and he shut the door on Shea in the last 5 minutes of that game. Shut the door on him. And nobody talked about Jason Tatum as a defender. I always thought that he was a damn good defender. Always. His ability to beat guys to spots. Challenging shots is a little bit tricky, but he can be physical as a defender and switchable. So I definitely think that he deserves more credit. I'm not going to say, well, he's underrated, because if you say he's underrated, then that means that, well, who are we rating him against? No, I'm not going to do that. But I think
but Tatum is underrated in a lot of ways, though. He's both over and underrated. I think people, like, there's a tweet going around that he's the Michael Jordan of Tobias Harris. I mean, people are tripping.
That is crazy.
Right.
Yeah, people are tripping. Like, but he's
not. But I can see it, though.
Hey, Ron, see, Ron.
I can see what
I see the comparison.
Said he's not.
I see the comparison.
I started by saying he's not.
Because they tall and light skinned.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
They play alike too. They play a little bit alike too.
Y'all think so?
Talk about Evan Mobley though?
But Showtime, to your point about his defense, like him coming out of college, I mean, my whole thing is with JT, the progression. He wasn't a good defender coming out. He wasn't. I don't know how he turned into this defender, but I remember him first coming out. He was not this defender right here. And hey, salute to him for improving.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Evan Mobley, fellas? I want to know.
Now we want to talk about Mobley, right? Mobley isn't the guy. He is. Okay.
How are we feeling about Evan Mobley after this series? Obviously, Jared Allen wasn't there. Donovan Mitchell missed a couple games. So Evan Mobley had to step up. He didn't have a choice but to, him and Darius Garland. But more specifically, Evan Mobley. How are we feeling about him going into the future now?
So, Mars, you want to move him to the 5, which I wasn't really feeling that. I feel like he's more of a stretch 4. But what I don't think that we take advantage of. I'm sorry. I think I do. I think he's more of a stretch 4, to be honest. Okay. But with that being said, I do think that we could utilize him more on the box. And utilizing him more on the box means changing the offense. Changing the offense means going to him more on the block. Not just going to him more on the block, going to him more in the mid-post. Not using him. I'm not using him like Philly uses Embiid, because I don't think he's the passer that Embiid is. I feel like he could be a good passer, but to get him more involved and run the offense through him and get him more isolations, because I think he could be a really good box player. I think he can knock down the mid range. I saw him knock down the long ball, but I think he could be really good on the box. So if you changed up your offense to get more switches and get more smaller guys on him and get him on the block more, I think that they would be much better.
Chilltown, how can you be a stretch when you only take 1 3? You talking about mainly in the mid range spot?
Well, that's what I'm saying when I say change the offense. Because I feel like he can stretch the defense a little bit more playing in the. I mean, he can shoot the mid range. I saw him shoot the mid range against Orlando. I mean, the series started with him knocking down 2 threes in a row to start the series. So he can clearly play on the perimeter. He can clearly be a stretch 4, or to Mark's point, a 5 who stretches the defense. He can play out there, and I think that that's going to improve. But I like him more on the block.
He hit
you guys get caught up in the word when you hear stretch. You get caught up in the word somebody shooting the ball from 3. You can be a stretch.
That's what a stretch big is.
He more so means mobile. He more so means mobile. Like he doesn't have to just play around the basket like Rudy. He can get around and be effective in other areas. But you can say perimeter big too. Yeah,
I understand that. Yeah,
and on top of that, he could take. So yeah, perimeter big because he can still take.
Brook
bigs
Lopez
off the
is a
dribble.
stretch big, but he's not mobile. But
Yeah.
Brook Lopez is a stretch big, just like by the consensus definition. Brook Lopez, Miles Turner's, they're the stretch bigs of the world. Evan Mobley, like I'm viewing him, especially from what I've seen in my limited sample of last night and from the series of him at the 5. He's got to study Bam Adebayo and Domantas Sabonis, in my opinion. Like that's what he's got. Like master those screens, the dribble handoffs. His agility when he gets downhill is like going to be his calling card, in my opinion. I don't think he's like the best post player, but I think he's capable. But for me, it's all about him being able to get downhill from the outside and then setting screens. He's a good passer in that short roll. That's where you got to use him. But you got Jarrett Allen just hovering around the dunker spot. It messes up the spacing a little bit. Even though I've seen like he can have the high-low action, like that works. But you get 5 out spacing with Dean Wade at the 4, Evan Mobley at the 5, and actually just upgrade the talent. That's what I think is where he's at his best. I don't think he's shown that he's a better offensive player than he was 2 months ago. I think he's now just in a spot where the spacing is better and he gets to operate more with pieces around him that fit. I don't think it's like, oh, he's taking a jump offensively. It's like when Wemby was at the 4 early on in the season, and then they put Zach Collins to the bench, and then Wemby started playing the 5. Wemby's game expanded. Now, I think some of it is Wemby improving, but a lot of it was also just Wemby got to operate in different spaces because he's at the 5 full time. I think that's what you got to do with Evan Mobley, and whatever comes from that, comes from that. He's not going to turn into Jokic, but he can be a good offensive player while being one of the best defenders in the league, which is what you probably wanted when you drafted him. So he can become that.
Chill, I get what you're saying now. I don't think stretch is the right term. Like Mars said, like Bam Adebayo, I think is perfect because they do provide spacing, but it's not to the extent of like to the 3-point line. But they get that mid-range shot going. They get that post touches and everything. They provide spacing in that way where they're just not like a Rudy Gobert catching and just dunking and everything, and they got to play within like 5 feet, right? Their game can expand, but I don't think that's a stretch big. I think that's
well, Dub. That's I hate to nitpick about something like semantics. You know what I'm saying, it's just but at the same time though, when you say stretch big, we're not talking about for the offense. It's a stretch to stretch the stretch off and stretch the defense out. So anything I can do that stretches out the defense that creates space in the middle would make me a stretch big. So it could be my passing and ball handling ability, bringing the ball up the court. That could make me a stretch big as well. But I think it's just semantics though. However you look at it, like if you look at it like the shooting bigs, like let's say a Channing Frye, like okay, that's a stretch big, and the guys that are kind of more point forwards, like I don't know, I guess like Lamar or Odom or Giannis who gets the ball and goes, something like that. I could see the difference from so maybe a point forward and a stretch forward are kind of the different terminologies, I guess. I see what you're saying, but
W understanding, man.
Adam West said, "Ticket, it'd be healthier for you just to say you hate Jokic and Gobert."
Ticket's not here now.
Ron, I do want to say, and I want everybody in the chat to also realize that Dub and Mars were in agreement there on the same side of the argument. I like that camaraderie. I was digging that.
Oh man. We don't have to harp on that too much.
Thanks for acknowledging that. So you guys aren't
keep up that work, fellas.
Hey, it starts with a look. then a wink. Then you know what? Let me stop. Tay Evans said, Jokic looks at Rudy like he sucks. Look at the body language he gives Rudy. Trash. He should not look at the defensive player like food. I don't care how you put it.
I just want to look at David Robinson like he was food.
What
did you say Shaq said when Dikembe said he could guard him one-on-one?
Man. He
couldn't wait. Year, right?
He couldn't wait. Man, I'm talking cussing Mars. I'm talking, man, wait till I see this dude. He couldn't wait to see him.
Could you say he looked at Dikembe like food?
Like a bucket of extra crispy.
Mm-hmm. And how many defensive player of the years Dikembe got?
I think 4 of them.
And how many Rudy got?
4 of them.
Interesting.
Yes.
I think that's how you're supposed to look at him.
Yes.
Like if you not, you're supposed to look at him like food.
Yes.
If you're a great offensive player, you have to look at all of them like that for sure.
Yes.
I want to know why would Dikembe Mutombo, as much as I respect Dikembe, as much love as I got for Dikembe, and as dope as I thought he was, you don't tempt the storm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not. You don't see a beautiful day and be like, man, yeah, that's right. You know, you don't talk shit to God like, yeah, that's right. You better have the sun out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Ox, I've been with you before, and
that was chill, right? But like, you don't,
okay.
you don't really. I don't understand even saying that. Like, keep that to yourself. If I know I gotta see Shaq, I'm not finna say nothing. I'm finna be like, yeah, I'm getting prepared. You know, we working, get ready for them. You know, I'm keeping it cool. I'm gonna be confident in everything. I'm definitely not gonna be like, oh, we're worried about the presence of the big fella. But I'm gonna definitely be talking. But I would never be like, oh, no, I'm good. I don't need no help with him. Like, what? You better chill. I just think that was a dumb. That just don't make sense to me. Like, but leave him alone.
Marcus Fleming said, Ticket is so biased to the old school, it's scary. His opinion is almost invalidated. And if me and Ticket are in the same gym, I'm locking him up. Facts.
And I also don't think that you guys, not you guys in particular, I don't think that people recognize, one, who Rudy's going up against, and two, how difficult it actually is to score against Rudy Gobert. It's not like Rudy Gobert is just a dude that anybody can cook him. Like, you know how hard it is to score against that dude? It's ridiculously hard to score against that dude.
Some people have never played against a 7-footer before. Some people have never been on the block with a dude that's 7 feet tall,
right?
7'1". You know what I'm saying? And actually can move.
With long behind arms.
Yeah, that's just not a joke. That's not even look. Any 7-footer. I'm talking about good 7-footers. I done seen them all. Good 7-footers, weak 7-footers, and you know, none of them are. You can't squid. Dude 7 feet tall with his hands up straight like this. Oh, you got to get the.
But that's why I say, Bob. Like I feel like he don't really put his body on players like that, and maybe that could be on the rule changes. But when a bunch of NBA, like my whole thing, if a bunch of NBA players who's playing with you are like, nah, bro, like we not really worried about you like that, and I look at your build and you have the build to like really impose your will defensively, I'm like, man, like, are you really like putting it on them? Pause, like putting it on them like that, because like I don't think they really feeling it.
Well, they say, what do they say? They say great offense beats great defense or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's just what it is. But that's what it is, bro. Like no matter how good dudes like Joker and Joel, I don't think it really matters. Like especially in how you're saying and how I was just talking about keeping your arms up like that. Your hands are straight like that. You take a shoulder to the chest, your arms are coming down.
But I seen Jalen. I'm not gonna lie. I seen Jalen Brunson.
That's a natural reaction as a human.
I seen Jalen Brunson put it in his chest. I seen Jalen Brunson put it in his chest, bro. Like I'm just like,
what in his chest?
Put a shoulder in his chest?
Like he must have jumped up.
That's what I was thinking, Mark.
We all know what I mean. The shoulder to the gut, you know, like
that's to the gut is even worse. That's even worse. Like if I get hit in my stomach, I'm definitely gonna like bend over. You know what I'm saying? If I get hit in the chest, I'm most likely gonna back up and my arms gonna come down a little bit, and that's when he takes that chance to get it up.
Yeah, giving it somebody's stomach always.
I respect Rudy Gobert though. I do. I really like Rudy Gobert. I don't think him getting beat and what happened to him in Game 5. I don't think that is a scar on his resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we got to understand who we're talking about. Jokic is that good, bro. Jokic is, bro. He's like unfuckwittable, bro. Like,
and to your point, Ops, not just a 7-footer with long arms who happens to be elite at his job. Like he ain't just good at it. He's awesome at his job. So, I mean, damn.
You know,
we're not talking about Hashim Thabit here. You
No,
know?
we're not.
Jerry Reality said, any great defender would have trouble against a great scorer with multiple shooters.
Yo, Michael Jordan showed up. Like Sidney Moncrief was the defensive player of the year. Jordan is frying him. Jordan is frying this dude. He's the defensive player of the year.
Who'd you say, Jim?
Sidney Moncrief is the defensive player of the year. Alvin Robinson is the defensive player of the year. Michael Cooper is the defensive player of the year. Jordan is frying these dudes. Joe Dumars is first team all defense. Mike averaging 35 against this dude. Nobody is going, yo, Joe Dumars suck.
But I guess for me, what doesn't make sense about this, everybody got their faves. Because I tend to remember Michael Parsons was second in DPOY voting in the NFL this last year, if I want to say correctly, got embarrassed by the Packers.
Yes.
Embarrassed. Nobody had nothing to say about it. Everybody just
knows. Is that just a football thing? Is that just a football thing?
It's the way people.
Well, Drew Holiday got cooked last year, and they still
Drew Holiday was getting flamed by the Miami Heat. Didn't have the same pushback.
Talking about Holiday?
I get it. I get it.
When it happened, everyone was talking. Bob, you're lagging crazy. Bob, you're lagging crazy. So. Is he lagging? He's lagging, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought it was just me, but yeah, in the moment, people were cooking him, like in the moment, and as everyone would in the moment. But what, 7, 8 months later, bro, they still think of him as a great defender. So I mean, that's just what people do.
But I'm saying we don't. But we've seen all these players. I guess for me, it's like Anthony Davis has been considered the best defender player in the league, but like we all acknowledge that Domantas Sabonis puts him in a box every time they play, but it doesn't diminish him as a player.
No.
DeMontis is not even an MVP level player. He always again respect to DeMontis. Respect to DeMontis.
You about to spark up a debate you don't want, Swiper. I'm telling you.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. It's like he's getting bullied. Well, he's not a 4-time DPOY. Well, the way people talk about it, he's the best defender in the league the last several years. So for me, it's just like Rudy is doing this, but people just don't like Rudy. And again, I understand the COVID thing. When Rudy did all that stuff on the table and everything, he definitely has some immature moments. I understand it, but I just think for me, it's just like Draymond's been busted before too, starting with LeBron. But people accept that LeBron is LeBron. So it's like, oh, well, what do you expect or whatever? Well, I mean, at this point, you just kind of got to look at this is where you are. Like
them Terrence Mann dunks is hard for people to let go, bro. Getting posterized by Terrence Mann was wild.
The issue I had, someone said, like, we're missing the point. It's about the level we expect a 4-time defensive player of the year to play. Rudy didn't vote for himself. Like,
by the way,
be mad at the 100 voters who picked him. If you don't think he's that good, why are you then going to hold him to the standard because Stephen A. Smith voted him for defensive player of the year? You don't think he's that good, so why are you holding him to a standard because 100 voters picked him? Are you the voters? Like, I don't get why you're going to hold him to that standard.
Wemby's going to win 4 straight.
Didn't pick him for.
Wemby's going to win 4 straight maybe at some point in time in his career, and I guarantee you he's going to get cooked.
Somebody's going to fry him.
Somebody's going to gave him 4-5 this year, man. People are saying he should have won it this year.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to win at least 3 to 4 DPOYs, and he will be getting cooked by somebody consistently. And the conversation not going to be the same because you know what they're going to say? Well, at least he's scoring 27 on the other end. That's all the conversation going to be.
That's how it's supposed to be, though. That's how it's supposed to be.
But Ben Wallace isn't like that.
It's 82 games in the season. You're supposed to get cooked. Like if I'm the best defender on the team, like the best perimeter defender or something like that, they're supposed to the person I'm playing is supposed to average 24 on me. Somebody's supposed to give me 24, 25 every night. You know what I'm saying? I'm our best defender. People score on. So if us 6 are on the same team and I'm the best defender, people are going to score on me more than they score on y'all. And you know what I mean? That's how it's supposed to be. Like, I'm supposed to be the one getting cooked. Like, and we got to understand that. We got to stop acting like a game-to-game basis, though. You know?
And Mars alluded to it. And Mars alluded to it earlier. In 15 years, Joel Embiid is going to be asked, yo, who did you have your toughest time against? And he's going to tell us that it was Al Horford. I couldn't do nothing with him. No matter what I tried to do, I couldn't do nothing with him. Ox, I was up in Portland, and I'm sitting down and I'm talking to Shaq, and I brought up Big Country Reeves, and the conversation got real somber. He was like, "Man, I can't do nothing with this dude, and I don't know why. I don't know why I can't do nothing with this dude."
Who did Darrell Reeves used to always get cooked by? I forget his name. Remember that wide receiver that always used to have his number? Chat, I know y'all know it, chat. There was a wide receiver. He would lock up everyone else. There was this one wide receiver that would be.
It wasn't Mike. It wasn't Calvin.
No.
Wasn't T.O.
No, it was one guy.
Brandon Marshall.
Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson would give him work
with the Bills.
He couldn't do nothing with Stevie Johnson.
Couldn't do nothing, but he locked up everyone else. Just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
All right, y'all. We got to transition, change pages, and get to this other game that happened last night between the Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Mavericks took Game 5 behind Luka Doncic's triple-double. He had 31, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, and he also became second in playoff triple-doubles. He's actually tied with LeBron right now. SGA did chime in with his nightly 30, 8 assists, couple steals.
Second in 25 and under triple-doubles, correct? 25 and under triple-doubles.
Second, yes, sir.
Oh, so not all-time players.
No. Second in 25 and players 25 and under triple-double leaders.
And by the way, Mars,
because he got that quick if it was all-time. I was like,
and by the way, Mars, Magic had 3 times that at that age.
Yeah, he was a ball hawk. Anyway, go ahead, Ron.
Show.
Just want to put that out there. Okay, I'm sorry, Ron.
Now you like heliocentric ball. Go ahead, Ron.
Let's talk about it. What'd you guys see last night? Mars, it sounds like you don't really want to talk about it. So
I would love to talk about this.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Me too,
what happened?
Yo,
what happened?
Let's talk about this.
Bro, listen. Jason Kidd, he gets me mad because he does things as well and then he does things bad. And I got like this bipolar relationship with him because he pisses me off sometimes because he just makes a bad decision, but then he corrects it. So shout out to him for adjusting and analyzing some of his flaws and being open to change, right? Dallas right now, what they're doing, they've been my pick to really go far this year and for the future when they made the trade for Kyrie last year. And the trades they made has just been great for them. And I can't wait if they are able to beat OKC, that Dallas versus Nuggets series, if that does happen. But Dallas has just done a tremendous job of, one, limiting shooters, right? That one game that they lost and got blown out by, they were just letting up the 3-ball a lot, and they really got hot from 3. So what they're doing, what they have been doing recently was, you know what, Shay? We're going to live with this one-on-one game that you do. We're going to play the drive, and we're going to sit here and just limit the shooters around you. And we're going to make sure that no one else is able to get off from 3, and you're just going to try and kill us one-on-one. And that's what they've been doing right now, a lot of one-on-one, and their rotations have been amazing. I mean, whenever you think that there's a misstep in the defense, you got like Derrick Jones or Green or even Luka rotating well to get to those spots to contest for the shot. And they're really trying everything they can to make sure, this team is not going to get hot from 3. Shay, you're just going to have to beat us one-on-one. And Luka, finally, he had a good game. Clap it up for him. Finally, I mean, they've needed this from him. I believe if he's actually been playing like Luka Doncic, this series would have been over with already. But Luka Doncic is now, I don't know what it is, Chill. I don't know if it's health, why he's been struggling so much, or the defense. Because when I do watch him play, Luka, like it's still similar to how he plays when he's healthy. So I'm not sure if I can really blame the leg too much. I don't know. But the role players like Gafford, Lively, Hardaway, PJ, like a lot of these guys are stepping up. Kyrie's putting on some of the best passing performances he's had in his whole entire career, and I love to see it from him. I love to see him play well, man, and I just love to see it. My main issue with Jason Kidd right now, which I don't understand why he does, every time when Derek Lively gets it going, he just takes him out the game.
What are you doing?
Like, I don't understand that.
Nuts,
bro. Did you see how Derek Lively hit that assist in the corner and he took him out? I couldn't believe it.
Well, I what I appreciated was that Luka got going early. With Luka getting going early, that sunk the defense because now you can't cover Lou Dort with him one-on-one. And with him sinking the defense, it looked like Oklahoma City committed to leaving guys like Derrick Jones Jr. wide open at the long ball line. Well, when Derrick Jones Jr. is wide open and he's knocking down the long ball, that makes it even worse for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sorry, Mars. I apologize. When you got a pro wide open, he seems to be more comfortable.
How much is Derrick Jones?
OKC have a pro wide open. Why is he not comfortable? I digress.
How much is Derrick Jones Jr. making? Y'all know?
Just so you know, he's on a 1-year deal for like $2.5 million.
Yeah,
I could not believe with the side of my eyes they got him for that cheap, given what he did with the Bulls. Didn't make any sense. Got
him for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack, by the way. But he looks Swiper. He looks a lot comfortable. He looks a lot more comfortable on the right wing.
Yeah, because he's playing next to Luka.
Yes, he does, and he looks the right wing
Kyrie.
and the left
Kyrie
wing.
Be finding
right?
him too.
He looks a lot on the right wing and the left wing, especially when he's wide open. PJ Washington has already made it clear to the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is where I'm going to be. I'm going to be right over here in the corner. If you dudes ain't going to cover me, I'm going to crack this all night long. And he does. Luka has kind of I've said to you guys a couple of days ago that I feel like Luka slowed them down because he's hurt. I feel like he slowed them down offensively. But what he did yesterday, I really appreciated. He got off the ball. He advanced the ball, which was able to help them speed the game up. Because I feel like they want to play faster than what they play right now. So because he got off the ball and now he's throwing lobs from half court, now Oklahoma City's transition defense, they have to get back. And when they have to get back, that leaves guys like Kyrie Irving. That leaves him open in transition where he can operate in more space. Same thing with PJ Washington, who's basically flying right to that spot saying, and this is where I'm going to be. And Dub, I'm not going to say this one more time. Get Tim Hardaway off the floor. Get him off the floor, Dub.
Hey, he hit a nice three. He hit a nice three real quick. He did hit a nice three I seen from him, and I can understand some of the frustration. I want to go back to Derek Lively real quick just for a stat here. I don't like using these numbers, but I do think it's a crazy stat. Last night, Derek Lively was plus minus of plus 22, while Daniel Gafford was a minus 10. So that's a 32-point swing right there. And this man, for some reason, Jason Kidd just wants to keep taking him out the game. I just don't get it. I don't know why. I guess it's an age thing.
I also thought, to be honest with you, and I know Mars doesn't like this, but sure, I don't think we've seen J-Dub. I don't think we've seen him in this series yet. I think that they've done a good job on him. But I gotta give some credit to Chet. Chet's been really good at the rim on defense. He has been really good at protecting the rim. I'd like to see him rebound better, and I think that's gonna come along with age. But I just don't feel like Oklahoma City is there yet. They ain't that far away. They just not there yet. That's all. I had this series ending in 6, and I'm still
going 7. It's going 7, Chill.
It better go 7, but I don't think this is an experience thing. I'm a bit like I'm watching. Like, I don't think it's an experience thing. I want to say, first of all, they're shooting 34% on open and wide open threes. OKC. They were the best 3-point shooting team in the league this year, but they're shooting 34% on
a lot different in January it is than
I get that. I get that. So that's part one. They got to start making their open threes because they're generating open threes at will. Now, part of it is the Dallas Mavericks are like, yeah, Ludor, fake shooter, buddy. That's part of it. Part of it is we don't think you're a real shooter. But the other part is they've been making them all season. They're generating open looks. They're not making. That's part of it. The other part is because is some of it's Josh Giddey, but the other part, Chet has a very slow release on his jumper. A very slow. He had it coming out of college. He has it now. So even though he's a viable shooter, especially during the regular season, he was like 37%, I want to say. But because his release is so slow, you can help him recover on him and still get a good contest. They're keeping their big near the rim at all times. So they're clogging up driving lanes consistently. Derek Lively is parking himself at the rim, not closing out to people, and then they're gonna scramble. Goodbye, Swiper. And they're gonna scramble around it.
See y'all tomorrow.
Yep.
Them being able to keep their big at the rim is messing up a lot for Shea and more so J-Dub, because A, J-Dub's a flawed player. He's not perfect. But B, it's messing up because you got a big there at all times, and then you're kicking out, and you can still recover to Chet because it takes him like 9 years to get the shot off. And then the other guys like Ludor, you're comfortable with him shooting. Josh Giddey is whatever. So even though they put Isaiah Joe in the starting lineup, which I think was a good change, he didn't make threes last night, but going forward, I think Isaiah Joe open shots, he's gonna make them. The long story short, the Thunder just have to make their open threes. They're getting like 30 open or wide open threes a game, and they can't make them. That's the series right there. If they make their threes, if Ludor makes his threes, Isaiah Joe makes his threes, J-Dub makes his threes, Josh Giddey's a Lord help him. But everyone else, if they make their threes, the series is going to a game 7. If they have a hot shooting night like they did in game 1, or a shooting night that's in line with how they were in the regular season, they'll be fine. Defensively, I think they've been good. I genuinely think they've been good. They're not now respecting PJ Washington. They stopped respecting Derrick Jones Jr. and he decided to kill everyone. But other than that, I think they've been good defensively. At the rim has been difficult to score. The rebounding, I don't think has been a major problem. Chet isn't a great rebounder, but they've been doing it by committee. So I think they've been all right. Also, Ludor, never attack a closeout in your life. The moment you go inside the 3-point line, you become the worst basketball player I've ever seen. Just stay out. Just stay on the outside. He can't do anything within the 3-point line. It's terrible. He can't drive and kick. He can't finish at the rim. There's no mid-range game to speak of. Just all he got to do is shoot a 3. Everything else terrible offensively, just atrocious. But yeah, okay.
Hey,
So how many open shots have they got in the last 2 games? Like, what's the number?
Oh, in the last 2 games, I could look. I know for the series they're averaging 30 open threes a game, and they're taking
the Thunder. If you watch the Thunder's defense, though, so I was watching it on playback. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. We had a good ass time. It's not just Chet. The Thunder are packing in their defense, and if you watch the way they play defense, because Shea's going to get around you and J-Dub's going to get around you. You can't stay in front of those two, and they have figured that out. Jason Kidd's figured that out. So what he does is the minute they blow by their man, the next person in help just steps over and steps in front of SGA or J-Dub, and the person that was guarding them runs the closeout to the three-pointer. They're not necessarily giving up an open three-pointer, but they're giving them that contested or that closeout three. In OKC, they haven't figured out to just – it's kind of throwing them off psychologically because they're like, I'm open, but I'm not open. And so then they pass up on that open three, swing the ball, then they close out to that three. Then they swing the ball, and then they close out to that three. So they're actually kind of speeding them up. But also they're in the process of doing that, they're throwing 2 and 3 defenders at J-Dub and SGA every time they drive to the hole. It's actually a good defensive scheme, and
that's why
I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
And that's why the mid range is so important. That's why that 2 dribble pull up. That's why that 1 dribble pull up is so important, because when you close out at the long ball line, if I get that 1 dribble pull up 18 feet away from the basket, well, now I'm dragging that big fella away. Now that guy on the wing, he has to help with that 1 dribble pull up. That's leaving other guys on the wing wide open. So when you got
that's what J-Dub's meant to be, but he's just
it's not working, Mars. The same thing and the same logic with Lou Dort. If Lou Dort had a 1 dribble pull up, if he had a 2 dribble pull up, he would expand their offense so much, because now with him doing that, now you got guys like Derek Lively. Derek Lively can play at the rim and he can sit at the rim. But if Lou Dort has a 2 dribble pull up, he can't just sit in the paint. He now has to honor that and come and at least show. Well, when he shows, now I can do stuff like keep my dribble and get to the paint, because now the lane is more open. So I think that's where the mid range comes in more often.
To answer the question, the last 2 games, the Thunder are getting 32.5 open or wide open threes. They're shooting 26%.
How do they track open? Because I don't see
open threes is the defender further than 4 to 6 feet, and wide open is more than 6 feet of space. So 4 to 6 feet, late closeouts, those types of things.
Keep in mind though, it's still a dude 6'6", 7, 8, 9.
For
10,
sure, yeah. There's more context.
Okay.
It's not like the wide open three, like they're still getting 15 wide open threes a game, but they're getting 17.5 open threes, which is probably a late closeout. You get there after the release. They're shooting 26% in the last 2 games on open and wide open threes.
And they do got
4 to 6 feet is open.
They do
for NBA players,
even if you're 4 to 6 feet off me and you're running full speed and closing out, like
they got long.
You'll still contest it too, though, or however you do that. But even with that being said, like I said, OKC's the Mavs are doing a good job of just speeding them up on offense. If you look at OKC, they don't look comfortable, even when they're catching those shots. It's just weird. They looked out of control, not necessarily out of control, but they just look sped up. The Isaiah Joe, it's like, bro, you're a shooter, but you don't look comfortable when you're catching the ball right there with this dude closing out to you. Same thing with Lou Dort. Same thing with just all of J-Dub too. Chet, all of those guys, they just didn't look comfortable. And part of that is, once again, like Mars, you said, it's not experience. Part of that could be it's their first playoffs, but also too, they second best scorer, J-Dub.
Ron,
they're doing a good job of throwing him off his rhythm.
I think you're hitting it on the money where when I'm watching Dallas play, when you see a guy with long behind arms running full speed, because I think they are contesting well. I don't understand the tracking that they're doing right there for the open releases, but Dallas is there. Like, they are recovering well. They are sitting here ready to put a hand up. And I do think it's throwing them off rhythm because they have these long wing defenders sprinting at them, making sure that they don't hit those 3. Now, for J-Dub, honestly, J-Dub has been very severely underperforming, even to my liking. I thought he was going to play better to this. But I think this is more of a testament to the Dallas Mavericks defense. I think they have a lot of length to sit here and challenge the likes of Shea and even Jalen Williams, because I mean they're strong as well. The physicality of Dallas Mavericks is something not too many people are talking about. They are the much more physical team in this series, very, very more physical than OKC right now, and that's really bothering this OKC team, which is more finesse rather than really physicality.
Also, too,
Shea's not as good of a defender as people try to say. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I've been saying it all year because people were blinded by the steals and blocks numbers. He lets people go by him so we can try to get a steal from behind. He's not a very good defender, especially on ball. He lets people by him.
You know what that is, dog? That's the curtain getting lifted up.
And this isn't me saying it based on this series, because you can go back. I've been saying it all year. He lets people go by him on like the Matisse Thybulle thing, where he just tries to poke it from behind. But I'm sorry, letting someone blow by you is not good defense. And then also, one thing Dallas did that no one really spoke about, when Shea's been guarding PJ Washington, they've been giving PJ post-ups. They realize he can't guard him. Shea is not a great defender. He's good in lanes, and sometimes he provides some nice rim protection at times. But defensively, he's not like he shouldn't be on all defensive teams. He shouldn't be close to all defensive teams. And the only reason I think people think that is because of the steal numbers. Because he's like the fourth best defender in their starting five.
Which isn't fair though, Mars. And see, that's the problem. That's the problem that I'm having, Mars, because you're the steals leader, that you don't play defense. I mean, that's unfair.
No, he's good at that aspect of defense, but defense as a whole, he's not great.
And that's what I'm saying. The point that I'm making with that, Mars, is that when guys are steals leaders, they're all put in that same category where you led the league in steals. So you could be James Harden or you could be Magic Johnson. When in reality, steals leaders are defenders. Now, Shea could be better as a defender, especially as a one-on-one defender. He could definitely be much better. I think his closeouts are too low. That's why he gets beat over the top as much as he does. Not only are his closeouts, not only are his closeouts bad, when he gets bodied, he gives up on plays. He's not as bad as Luka. But when he gets bodied, he kind of gives up on plays, and I think he can make a better effort in closing out on a guy's shot when a guy shoots with the right hand. But for the most part, his ability to get in the passing lane, his ability to poke the ball away, I think that's good.
He's a defensive playmaker. That's what he is.
Absolutely.
He's a defensive playmaker. And you need those.
But still, either way you spin it. When you're learning defense, the first rule of defense is stay between man and basket.
The basket.
Yes, sir.
Stay between man and
That's
basket. That is the first rule of defense. Stay between man and basket. So if I am trying to get steals, but my way to getting steals is by letting my man go behind me. And I used to, we've all seen that guy that's always kind of like, oh, let me try to get him. So we see that guy. But if you're spamming that to get steals, then that's a bad defensive tactic just for stats. And I don't think he's a terrible defender, but I've been saying he's a high defense. I told y'all De'Aaron was a much better defender than Shea. But
he's a solid defender. I'm not saying Shea's Trae Young, or I'm not saying he's a liability. Shout out to Trae Young for improving. But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the fact that he got all defensive votes is criminal. And I think the only reason he's getting all defensive votes is because of the steals and blocks numbers. Because if you watch him, he's not like, if he's getting all defensive votes, then J-Dub has to get all defensive votes, and so does Ludor. Ludor's going to, but so does J-Dub, because they're clearly better than him, in my opinion. He ball watches way too much. There's a play. I can't remember the game, but I think you guys will remember. It was like down the stretch, like the OKC were making a comeback. It was an out of bounds play for Dallas. He's ball watching, and PJ just cuts right behind him for a dunk. I don't know if you guys remember that play. But
yeah, I do remember that.
And that play right there is what ruined the comeback.
Yeah,
that play ruined the comeback. They were making a run.
Not this game, but the game before.
It might have been. That play ruined the comeback. They were on a little run. They were getting stops. They were doing fine. And then that happens, and then the comeback was ruined. From that moment on, the comeback was ruined. Like, that's the issue I have with Shea. I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but like
he's got some flaws.
Shea's the MVP because defense matters, or Shea's a two-way player. Like, I'm sorry, there's no Shea's defense cannot be the reason you're elevating above certain guys. I'm sorry, it can't make sense. He's not as good of a defender as a lot of guys, in my humble estimation. But he's still a great player, and I think he's probably been the best player in this.
Mars, it's okay to recognize that a guy isn't 100% complete. That he's got holes in his game. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, as a defender, he's got holes in his game. He isn't what everybody thinks he is as a defender. He's not. That doesn't mean that overall, as an offensive player, as a scorer, that he's not fantastic, right? It doesn't mean that as a defender, he can't keep his hands busy. But he does have holes in his game offensively. He's got holes in his game defensively. But if you let you tell it, Mars, he sucks. He's terrible.
Someone's gonna call me a hater.
Wait a minute, yo. No, that's not him.
Yeah, you know what the clip's gonna do. You already know what the clip's going to do. It is what
he averaged 2.8 steals in a block a game. Oh, whatever, man. No,
he's averaging 2 blocks for the series, man. How's he not a good defender, bro?
Is he actually?
I think it's like 2.4.
Okay.
I think it's something like that.
I have liked his rebounding in this series, though. I have liked his rebounding.
And I was a pretty good. I'd like to think I was a pretty good defender when I played. I was never able to figure that out. Like when guys get past you and you poke it away from the back, I could never do that.
You can't do that, Joe.
I could never do. I was good at.
You got low behind arms.
I was good at.
What's your wingspan? What's your wingspan?
It was like 6'7", something like that. I don't know.
+3.
Like
Solid.
6'7", 6'8". But I was always good at like help defense. So like Dub, if you drove, I could get in there and I could poke it away from you. I could do that sort of thing. But I was never like when you got by me, because I was never
just sneak it in there.
Yeah, I was never able to sneak it. I never could do that. So
nah, that don't be funny because they'll have the lane and then you just poke it out and they just be like, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I let you get by. But chill.
So you be playing that shade defense too?
At times when I feel like trolling. But
you got it. When it's the little guards, you got to go over the top instead of try to go behind.
Yeah, I can't relate. Chilltown, Chilltown. Since we talking about defense, how you feeling about Luka's effort towards defense? I don't think it's great, but his effort's been great.
You know what? Last night I did see that. I saw the recovery. I saw him getting beat in the first half, in particular. For somebody who was as beat up as he is and as injured as he is,
for this conversation.
I know it sounds nuts, right? I do. It's like a chick when you come home and she don't never cook, and all of a sudden you come home
and then she cooked that one day.
She got that one meal, and you like, yo, this is what like easy. Let's relax. Okay, she cooked one time, but last night I did see the effort there. I did see the effort there from him, and I think it was contagious from Kyrie Irving, who I feel like started this. And I think he got this from Kyrie Irving because Kyrie Irving has been giving effort. Derek Jones has been giving effort. So it's almost like they looked at Luka like, Luke, you got to help us out, brother. We know that you can't defend at a high level. We know that you're not locking anybody down. We do know that. But, yo, you got to put that effort in that we're putting in. You got to at least try. We ain't saying that you got to stop guys. We ain't saying that you got to shut the door on guys. But Kyrie, damn it, if Kyrie Irving can try, if Kyrie Irving can beat a guy to the spot, if Kyrie Irving can close out right, Luke, you can definitely give me some effort too. 100% you can. And yes, we do, Mavs. Right. We watched your Dallas Mavericks. We do. There's a reason why I said Luka is the worst defender in the game. Yes, we do. And you are a prime example of what we're talking about when we talk about guys who, if this dude isn't doing this, he sucks. If you don't think that your man if we don't think your team is the best team in the league, if we don't think your player is the best player in the league, we hate him. No, it is. He
said every day, Chill. Every day, Chill. He said, y'all don't watch my match. Y'all don't watch my match. My thing is this. I told Luka, I always talk about how good I think Luka is. I say there's specific things I don't like about his game. He is a hell of a basketball player. So it's not my fault he don't compete on defense a lot. He did last night. Last night he tried to compete, but just like Chilltown said, Luka's that chick that once you marry, she only give you birthday head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Only on your birthday. Once a year. He playing defense once a month.
Not after a long day of work, man. She won't even give it to you, man.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I gotta wait till once a year, I don't even want it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't need it too much, but there's some days like, bro, I'm just trying to chill, man. You know, I just need that. Nah, bro. She gotta go. I feel you, Bob.
It's done, we're divorced. We're divorced. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, I really love her, but she got to come off that. You know what I'm saying? So I love Luka's game. I love Luka as how good of a basketball player he is, but I could never marry him. You got to play some defense.
Yo, with that being said, though, shout out to Luka for that clutch block on SGA off the backboard on the fast break. Shout out in the clutch too. In the clutch. Shout out Luka, man. A very, very clutch block. I got to give him his props for that one. But also, I want to backpedal right quick to just OKC and how they've looked like they've been struggling against the Mavericks and all of that good stuff. Yo, OKC fans, don't get mad at me for saying this and point out the obvious, because I've kind of been saying this even since last summer. You guys just have a flawed roster. Like, you guys aren't as good as some of these other teams. Like, yeah, you guys play hard on defense. You have a great coach, so he knows how to, manipulate your offense and whatnot. But it's like it's a big fall off after SGA. Then you got J-Dub. And then what?
They run a 2K offense. I'm not gonna lie. I run that same offense.
It's a flawed offense.
I swear.
I'm not arguing that. You put J-Dub second, but that's fine.
What J-Dub is better offensively than Chet Morris. He just is. And here's the thing too, though. If that's the case from Chet, well, remember what I said about Cat just yesterday? Where are you at, Chet? Can you do something for us? Can we get a 20-point game from you?
He needs to make threes, but other than that, he's been.
I think he needs to do more than just make threes. Like Chet,
what else does he need to do on defense, Ron?
Offensively.
Okay, so offensively, what else does he need to do?
I mean, if Mars said that he thinks he's the second best player, so if he's the second best player, you just got to produce. I know it might sound crazy for me to just say
you got to produce. It can't just be
you can't just spot up. You can't just spot up and shoot, Chet. You're the biggest.
You gotta
person
take
on
him
the
off the
floor.
dribble.
We need.
Chet can't take anyone off the dribble. That's the one.
I don't think so either. I'm just. That's
the one thing.
Really? You can't. What about the weak hand flush that he had when he took him off the dribble?
I did see that, but that was more of like
consistently.
Okay, all right.
That's just not his game. Will it be at some point? Maybe, but right now, no. That's not his game. His game is he's gonna catch and shoot three. If you close out, he can up fake. He can get into the lane off that. Right. He's an okay passer, but the moment you start making him dribble, he's probably gonna turn the ball over. Like he's 7'1". You gotta remember he's 7'1".
And he's not gonna be posting up lively and what's his name, Gafford. I don't think he's strong enough to be able to do it.
But J-Dub, like. If you say J-Dub is the better offense, I thought you were saying just J-Dub is the second best player on the team. If you're saying
just talking about offense.
If you're saying J-Dub is the second best offensive player, that's fine. But J-Dub, like, we have to, first of all, he's young, very young. Year 2, I think he's 23. I want to say he's 23.
Year 2 or year 3?
No, J-Dub. I want to say he's 23. He might be 22, but I want to say he's 23.
Yeah,
He's a flawed player. There's a reason he wasn't a top 10 pick. There's a reason. He's a flawed player. He relies on tough shot making. That's been his game all year. You look at him, his game is predicated on tough shot making. It hasn't been, he generates easy looks, he's able to blow by you and get to the rim. That's not him. He
does do that though. He'll go by you and get a layup or a dunk.
Yeah, but you look at this Dallas defense, how they got a big in the lane. It's gonna be a lot of J-Dub got to take tough shots, and he doesn't have like the counters that Shea has. So Shea can spin off, he can up fake you, he can step through, like that level of patience. J-Dub doesn't have that. That's not his game yet. And he's also not as agile as Shea. So like he's trying to create too. Yeah, he's not as athletically inclined as Shea is. Shea's got higher agility, balance, he's quick first step, all of those things. So J-Dub is just struggling to get the separation and create the easier looks that Shea's able to generate for himself. And like I'm not gonna say I'm shocked that he's struggling. Do I think he can play better than he is? Yes. But him struggling is like, I'm not like, oh my God.
It fits the style to how Dallas is playing defense, right?
You expect him to struggle against defense. Styles make fights. This isn't a great matchup for him. That's what it is. This isn't a great matchup for him. He's got time. He'll develop. But right now,
with that being said, though, and you're right, Mars. With that being said, it's an uphill battle for y'all to win these next 2 games if J-Dub can't get it rolling and if Chet can't really do nothing but spot up. That's the only point that I'm making when I say y'all have a flawed roster, and that's just right now. I like J-Dub as the second option. I like Chet as a second or third option. You know, they can teeter-totter from night to night. I love those two. But then even outside of that, it's like it's nobody else that could just come in and give y'all 20 on any given night. The Mavs have a few different guys that even if they get hot, it can go up. You've seen PJ Washington. You've seen Derrick Jones Jr., which nobody expected that. He came in last night and had a good game. We've seen, God forbid, Tim Hardaway gets hot. It might be 1 out of every 20 games, but when he gets hot, he gets hot. Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, they provide what they provide at the rim. Obviously, you know you got Kyrie and Luka on any given night. They can each give you 40 points. And so it's just like it's a huge fall off after they 2 top guys. And it's just going to be hard for them to offensively produce, especially if Dallas is playing the style of defense they're playing. It's just like I don't see how OKC could get it done. Shea just got to go ballistic.
The Thunder's ghost screens aren't helping either. Like they don't set screens. Like every screen is a ghost screen, and then you slip out to the 3-point line. But the Mavs, like, they keep PJ and Derrick Jones at the top, basically. And they're just able to rotate straight to him. Like, because they got enough speed and quickness. And you're not creating anything off that. So, like, ideally, I know Chet's not a great screener, but, like, you can at least try and make some contact. Like, not everything has to be a ghost screen. Like, maybe if you clip someone and maybe you roll to that free throw line area, maybe you can get something. I know that they're not a great pick and roll team, but, like, maybe you got to try something. Because
Plus, when you go screen, I feel like you giving away what you're trying to do, especially with them dudes. When you don't get the switch, which Dallas is not switching, when you don't get the switch, you basically giving away what you're trying to do. You don't slip the screen, or when you're go screening, you don't slip the screen. You don't even try to get to it fast. What you're doing is you just walking that way, or you're running that way. So I definitely think that they have to be better at that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's like it's different if you're slipping. Like if you see it, and even when you slip, if you're slipping screens, you can't like spam slipping screens. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something you do when you see the defense is out of position or something like that. So like ghosts, I'm not understanding that. Like, is that something that they've been doing all season? Like just
everything's really a ghost screen, but that's because their drive and kick offense is predicated on that, because teams are going to close out to Chet, he's going to run you off the line, then the defense going to collapse, then he's kicking, then someone else going to drive, and eventually they're going to get an open shot, or Shai's going to get an open layup, something like that. But with the Mavs athletes, which is like Dub said, I mean, they've got athletes and physical players. That's why I think, I said, if Luka was healthy, they'd probably win the chip this year, in my opinion. But like, this is why after they made those trades for Gafford and they got Lively and then they got PJ, that's why I was so not scared, because I want to see them succeed. But that's why I said the NBA should be scared. This team can go to the conference finals, go to the finals, because when PJ showed me he could play defense, which I didn't see in Charlotte, when he showed me that, and then Gafford is someone I've been singing the praises of all year, the level of athleticism they got to surround Luka and surround Kyrie, it's hard to play against that. And you're a team like OKC, you're kind of playing into their hands. Now, next round against the Wolves or the Nuggets, whichever one, if they make it, I'm going to be curious to see. I think the Wolves also kind of play into their hands, but the Nuggets is going to be a different beast. So it's going to be a chess match. That's why I say the playoffs is all about styles. Styles make fights and matchups and all of that. But I'm curious to see what the Mavs can do.
It's just incredible. It's incredible, Mars, and I don't think we give coaches enough credit when you're playing in a series where I got a whole week to focus solely on you, and not just focus solely on you. When you swing, how do I counter that? Or do I just stay with what I'm doing? Even though what I'm doing is working, how do you counter what I'm doing? I think that's where we find out, one, who the great coaches are. We also find out who the better players are. That's why I hold the postseason in such a high regard, because when you are dealing with a team that's focused specifically on you, this Dallas team came into the series. They had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the top of their scouting board. This is the dude that we have to deal with. This is everything that he likes to do. This is everything that he doesn't like to do. We talked about, James talking about a guy who shoots 35% on the left corner, on the right side in the third quarter. I'm sure Dallas has those analytics too, right? I'm sure that Dallas has that. Shai doesn't like to dribble with his left hand in the third quarter at the mid-range. Meanwhile, he'll just stuff like that. I'm sure that they're going over that sort of stuff.
Chill. With that being said, Shai has been the best player in the series. He's playing better than he played in
on a game-to-game basis. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Shai is, and I know it's a small sample size, but Shai's given us 31, 9 rebounds, 7 assists on 49% from the field and 46 from 3, 87 from the stripe. Shai 1 steal, 2 blocks. Shai's been nothing short of amazing. He's doing beyond what he can do as one individual. It's just
the rebounding actually has been good. Like, that's one thing. Like, the rebounding has been good.
They're not,
and not
what he has to. Yeah, somebody has to.
He's like, not all 9 rebounds are contested by the whole, but he's battling for boards, offensive rebounds, or like the rebounding has been good. I actually like the rebounding. The 7 assists, he misses a lot of reads, and like, that's fine. He's not perfect. He's not the best playmaker in the league. He does miss a lot of reads. Sometimes he's late, all of those things. So like, he's not perfect, but I do think on a game-to-game basis, he has been the best player in this series so far. But has he had the best? He might have had the best. I don't think he had the best game in the series. Luka last night was kind of crazy.
Luka was a wild game, but Shai has been the main guy putting up.
I like to see though the Jason Kidd, because I've been saying for a while, I think Jason Kidd's a hell of a coach. I don't think Jason Kidd's a bad coach at all. But he gets when you have teams that have great players that people are big fans of, and when they don't win, then of course the coaches get the short end of the stick. But just like you said, Chill, they're breaking these games down. They're doing a whole bunch of scouting. They got game plans. Like these coaches are doing their job. Sometimes it just don't work out. But Chill, I wanted to ask you, what's the best case scenario right now? Are we looking at a Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum face off in the finals, and we can finally dead this conversation? Like, or is that the best case scenario? Is we get Luka and Jason?
That would be a dream scenario for some people.
Boston are winning that series in 5 games.
I think they smoked them, Mars, to be honest with you. I was just going to say that. But I don't think they get past Denver and Minnesota. I doubt that. And
who?
The
Dallas.
Mavericks.
I don't think they get past Denver or Minnesota. I don't see it. But
that Wolves offense is concerning, man.
It is. And it's the same thing that we've been talking about all year long, but their defense is covered for them so much. Their defense is covered for them so much all year, which is why I said what I said about I feel like the longer that this series lasts,
having Jaden McDaniel and Rudy Gobert out there for him is killing them right now. Like, it's really bad for the Wolves, and I feel bad for Ant-Man. The Nuggets has been really exploiting that. But to go back to Dallas real quick, Showtime, you brought up coaching. Like you said, Jason Kidd, I said in the beginning, he does things that pisses me off, but then he adjusts. He makes changes, and he's open to change, and I do acknowledge that. I remember the last game, I was upset because, bro, none of your guys are hitting shots. Nobody at all. You lost the lead because majority of your players weren't hitting shots. Why aren't some of your other better shooters on the court more? And what did he do this last game? Even though Josh Green was 1 for 5, he put more. He had him out there more. He had Josh Hardy out there more, even Tim Hardaway, right? So he actually is changing and adjusting, and I do appreciate Jason Kidd for that. So that salute to him. But Showtime, you may be mad at me, but I mean, I just got to say it with Luka, bro. I seen this freaking crazy pass. It wasn't an assist because I think somebody missed the layup. Bro, this motherfucker driving down, falls down, throws a pass behind his head to the corner, and I think he went to cut. He attacked the closeout and missed the layup. And I seen that pass, and I'm like, yo, this man Luka may be the best passer I've ever seen. The passes he's able to do is insane. Like he does a pass at least once a game, Showtime. At least once a game. Where I'm like, bro, I don't know how he got that off. Like, I don't understand how he does it. I don't know how he could just sit here and flick it behind his head on the drive or even falling down right to the offensive player's hands. Bro, he does some crazy stuff. I can't explain. He's insane. He's an insane passer, bro.
He threw a lob like 3/4 court.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
With that being said, that was the Derrick Jones Jr., right?
Yeah.
No, it was a lot.
With that being said, it was a lot. Either way it goes. Lively or
Derrick Jones Jr. was probably in transition. It was a 3/4 court lob. I didn't even care who caught it. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
I'm not taking no credit away from him. It's hard to throw a oop. It's hard to throw a oop just in general. And I think Luka and Kyrie are probably the best oop duo that we've seen in a very long time. But if it's Derrick Jones Jr. or Derek Lively, for the most part, they're gonna go get it. But to be able to have the vision, and the way he does it just so nonchalantly, he'll just fling it up there like, oh yeah, this is,
Well, his misdirection is amazing. Like he won't even, like, you won't even know that he's seeing the person that he's about to pass it to.
Yeah.
But he'll just sit here and just, as he's creating for a shot you think he's about to make for himself, he's watching that guy off his peripheral and just ready to hit it. And I'm just watching it like, bro, I don't know how you can even defend against that. That's insane.
Yo, Big Ox.
I can recognize somebody as a great passer, 100%. Yeah.
Yo, Big Ox, you can hate all you want, brother. You can hate all you want. You still can't stop that Luka magic.
Bob, don't you be typing.
I wasn't trying to hate. That was like I was being quiet because they doing work upstairs. But
who's this? Who's this?
Ironically.
I was about to speak to that, Dub. Like I wasn't that impressed. Like Derrick Jones Jr., you can go like it's Yo, Morris, I'm saying it's Derrick Jones Jr. I could just throw the ball up. Like, go get that. Like, go.
Man,
I can throw it. It's like throwing into a
players throw a lob too high for Wemby. I'm sorry, like you still gotta make the pass.
But yeah, Wemby's not Derrick Jones Jr. He's not getting off the ground that quick like Amari. It's like throwing lobs to Amari. You can throw it anywhere as long as it's around the backboard. You gonna go grab it. Like Morris, right. It's not that hard. Just throw the ball up. It's Derrick Jones Jr. He gonna go get it.
So what you're trying to say?
I want to give you credit for these passes. I want to give you credit.
The Scooter Rondo pass.
No, it's a nice pass for sure. It's a nice pass. Let me not act like it's like not a nice pass. It's nice, but I mean we acting like it's some guru type shit. Like
it is, bro. He's falling down. He throws it behind his back on the like.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that pass. I'm talking about the lob to Derrick Jones Jr. from.
Oh, okay.
That's not that big a deal, bro.
All right, y'all. I gotta get into these super chats. What's good?
I gotta go though, but good seeing y'all, man. Salute y'all.
Dub C, be easy, fam.
Hey, Dub.
Dub, baby.
It was amazing seeing you and Mars in the same room, even if you guys were on opposite sides of the room.
We don't have to.
Yes or no, Mars?
Whoa! I'm about to take my hat off and everything.
All right, my bad, Dub.
Still Mars? Yes or no? Still to this day.
Yeah, nothing changed.
All right, Chronic Mathis Debatar said, speaking of overrated defenders, how did SGA get a two-way tag, but never guards the ball and can't guard the team's best player and just plays passing lanes for steals?
We just talked about that.
Because he led the league in steals.
Cap City said, Joker has 75 points, 30 rebounds, 20 assists the last 2 games. He's dragging Rudy like Draymond did. Rudy puts no fear into anybody as a defender. Dragging Rudy like Draymond is insane.
Speaking of that, Ryan, I think it was very poor taste. Very poor taste from TNT. Very, very poor taste to TNT to have Draymond Green come up there after the game speaking on Rudy Gobert and the goings-ons of this particular series. I just think it was poor taste. Like, we don't want to hear what you got to say about Rudy Draymond. You tried to kill the man, and now you want to get up here and further discredit his name.
So I
think it was very poor taste.
Can you tell me what's worse? The way Draymond dragged him or the way Jokic is dragging him right now?
This isn't funny, Ron. It's no laugh.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
This isn't funny, Ron. He could have hurt that man.
Jokic could have hurt that man too. Jake with the super chat said, when you going to give Luka his defensive credit, Chilltown? Past 2 games especially, he been locking up, plus that clutch block on SGA.
We just talked about it.
Taquay White said, we give Jokic and Embiid too much credit coming from the guy that after the ring put him, as in Jokic, number 13 all time is hilarious. Laughing my ass off. Ticket chatting.
Number 12, not 13.
Not 13, 12.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know Rudy has not been getting cooked by Jokic the whole series.
By the way.
Last game he got obliterated. Prior to that, his true shooting against Rudy was 49%. So yeah, he'd been fine. So he was, and also you don't drop 70 points on one person. Like, he's been killing Cat, Reed, Rui. Well, I'm going back to the Lakers now with Rui. Cat, Reed, Gobert, Kyle Anderson hasn't been able to do anything. Like, it's the whole team. But prior to Game 5, Rudy was doing a fine job when he got matched up with Jokic. Perfectly fine.
MP13 said, just got in. Did I miss Ticket wrongfully say Gobert can't play defense segment yet? I came in late.
Oh, yeah, you missed it.
Yes, you did.
0-0 said, honestly, Embiid is a way better defender than Rudy.
Shout out to Embiid.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, yo, Ron, you skipping my super chats on purpose or what? Tell Bambi and StubHub that they not hard enough.
Who is that?
Y'all know,
I don't
know who Bambi is?
No.
Ox, would you happen to know who Bambi is?
Nah.
I think he does.
I think we know who StubHub is.
I'd have no idea.
I'm
almost positive we know who StubHub is, and I think when he said they're not hard enough, I think he's talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would Oxford deal. I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would do that.
I feel what's going on here. I mean, I guess I was wrong about the Nuggets not being hard enough.
It's Mr. GQ to you.
I was right about the Pacers.
Resonated.
I was right about the Pacers.
That series going back to New York for 7, just so you guys know.
I got 100 guns, 100 clips.
If they was going, but if Indiana was going to win that series, they had to win Game 5 because they know where they letting them out of there with winning Game 7.
No, it's going back to New York.
Yeah,
New York.
I don't think they ended in Indiana. No, it's Sunday afternoon. It'll be over.
Donovan Samuels gifted 5 Players Choice membership. Shout out to Donovan Samuels. You know, hey, my man been doing this for a little while. So shout out to you, Donovan Samuels. Appreciate you for tapping in as well. And shout out to all the members that got one of those 5 that he gifted. Shout out Will. Well, shout out Will. And shout out Will again. He sent 199 and 0, but shout out to Will. Oh, here we go. He got it right. Shout out Will said Donovan switched on Horford and got cooked. Get your facts straight, Ticket.
He's talking about the Cavs.
Rambo E 1996 said Chill is a liar. Y'all constantly discredited every championship the Warriors won. Stop the cap, please.
No, I didn't. I didn't discredit what they did in 22. That's not true. I did not do that. So
but the other ones, though?
17, I didn't discredit that. They won. Yeah, I didn't discredit it. 15, I didn't discredit that neither. There were circumstances, but they still won. They didn't outright win. There were some circumstances that happened.
Yeah, Chill. You might not have discredited 17 and 18, but I for sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Havoc with the super chat. He said, where do you see Donovan Mitchell going next year? Miami, Knicks, Rockets, Lakers, or Nets? He's definitely not going to another small market team.
I actually want him to stay in Cleveland. I think they're going to move off of Darius Garland. I do. They got Jared Allen under contract for 2 more years. Right? They got Jared Allen under contract for 2 more years. If they sign Donovan Mitchell to this extension, which I hope he signs, because I don't feel like Cleveland is that far away. I think Darius Garland is the guy that they're going to end up moving off of. I hate it because I like this young core, but I feel like Darius Garland is a young league guard, 23 years old, something like that, 24 years old. You could get a lot for him. I feel like you could get a lot for him. So to move off of him, I think that would probably be the move.
I'd move off him and Jared Allen.
That's because you want Mobley at the 5. And
not because Jared Allen's not good enough or whatever. But
I do.
Yeah.
Mars, you saying that does make a lot of sense. I could definitely see Jared getting
I don't know. Maybe Darius Garland for Brandon Ingram. The Pels need a point guard.
Yeah,
the Pels need a point guard like it's going.
And the Cavs have needed a wing for as long as I've been around. So
they do that.
The Pels are apparently going to get off Brandon Ingram anyway. So
yeah, and the money actually works. It does.
They gonna need a center too. They might be able to get Jared Allen as well.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know what they want because of Zion. I don't know if they want a floor spacing big. So I was gonna suggest Jared Allen to the Pels, but I don't know what they're trying to do at that 5 position. But Brandon Ingram, I mean, maybe.
I'm not a big Brandon Ingram fan. Ox, you love him. I'm not a huge Brandon Ingram fan, but maybe it is time for a change of scenery for Brandon Ingram. Maybe it is.
They're saying it's almost certain that he's gone.
Yeah, that's why I said Donovan Mitchell ain't coming to Houston. I don't know why the super chat said that.
Donovan Mitchell isn't coming to
Houston. I don't know why the super chat said Houston. I don't know. We good. 1000% we good.
Shout out to Malachi. He became a member today. Also, shout out to Bob Wick. He also became a member. Shout out to all of our new members. To those two especially, welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. DSG Piccolo with another super chat. He said, as Chill would say, Chill, can you say that?
Get Tim Hardaway off the floor. He killed him.
He had one of the worst possessions you'll see with 2 awful bricks. Lakers Westbrook level.
Butt naked.
He hit the top of the backboards and then got it back.
Wide
and just
open.
break the next one.
Wide open. Damn. You dudes know how I feel about
that's mental. That's mental, chill.
It has to be, Ox. You know how I feel about open shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know how
No,
I feel
it's
about
because Luka throws him grenades.
It'd be too hot. You don't know what to do with it.
Like
if you wide open, you don't need more than you don't need but a second to get that thing off. I'm talking when I say when I'm talking grenades, I'm talking about contested people all over you. You catching it on the move. If you're catching it feet set, you know what I'm saying, or catching it, you have to take one dribble to set, however it may be, and you're wide open. Grenade or no grenade, let that thing blow up in the ring.
But you got PTSD from the previous grenade, so like
Well, PTSD is a real thing, and exactly. That's a fact. I can see that. So that's like what I said earlier, Mars. It's mental. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it's mental for sure. It's not a mechanical error. Tim can shoot the ball. It's not mechanical. It's mental for sure.
Malachi said, "Yo, hope everybody's doing well. Salute to the panel and Player's Choice. Turning 21 today, and I've been following since last year."
Happy birthday, brother. Thanks for having me.
May 16th. What kind of birthday is May 16th?
Pleasure to have you.
Hey, Malachi, May 16th is a dope ass day. Happy birthday, my man.
That's a terrible birthday.
Malachi, turn up tonight for the whole PC fam. Do your thing.
May 16th is a terrible birthday.
When we say turn up, we mean drink loads of water, make sure you eat your vegetables, and get some cardio into that.
Hey, Malachi.
Get better today.
Turn up. You know what I mean. I mean, get better today and turn up tonight. Lego Rovers said Draymond held Yoke to 8 for 28 and then got torched, LOL.
Yeah, it was 2 games that Draymond was fine, I guess, even though he was fouling him every play. And also, not really worried about Will Barton, but everything else, I guess. But yeah, Jokic figured it out.
So that's what Jokic does. He's like LeBron with game 1, except Jokic does the first 2 games.
That's why I said that. I said that a couple days ago. Like, we got to a point with LeBron where like you kind of just accepted game 1s weren't going to be great because like he's shown you so many times that even if they lose game 1, they gonna figure it out. Jokic and the Nuggets might be getting to that point where you don't really overreact to the first game of the series. 2 might be a stretch, but you might not overreact to the first game of a series. Just like is what it is. Like they'll figure it out. That might be what we're getting to.
G sent through a super chat. He said, "Mars, how do you feel about AJ Johnson and Jared McCain?"
I haven't done a lot of homework on AJ Johnson. I'll get more into the draft like start of June. But Jared McCain, I like one of the better shooters in the draft. I think if a team didn't get Reed Shepherd and they got Jared McCain, I don't think they're missing out on too much. I guess that's the best way I can put it. I don't think there's a drastic difference between the 2.
I didn't watch Jared play this much at as much this year's Duke as I would have liked him. But like I said, it just what Reed Shepherd did was so impressive, and especially against college defenses. I was actually blown away by how good he was this year.
He's really good.
But about AJ Johnson, I'm very high on AJ Johnson. I was high on him coming out of high school. I know he went down to Australia. A lot of players struggle when you go play against professionals and you're 18, 19 years old. But if I'm a GM, I don't let AJ Johnson fall out of the lottery. If I'm the 15th team and he falls to me, yes. I mean, we liked Bilal Coulibaly coming out last year, right? And I'm not obviously Bilal. It's his physical metrics and also his defense. That's what a lot of teams were high on. AJ Johnson has the same type of build as him, just as athletic, but it's day and night on the offensive end, day and night. And I'm just big on AJ Johnson. He's dope. He got game.
No, lottery is interesting.
Yeah, well, I don't think they should. If he would have went to Kentucky, we would be talking about him a little different. If he would have went to USC, if he would have went to any of these colleges, we would give him his notoriety.
He went to the team LaMelo went to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do my due diligence, and when I watch him, I might come back and be like, "Oh, Ron, low-key, I agree with you." But as I spoke to a Wizards fan, who said that they wanted to take some French guy. I don't know if you know him, Tijan Salon, at number 2. Like, I think that's insane. I feel like these young guys who are more projects, I don't think you take them that high. I think like maybe like late lottery, maybe, but like that high, even in the draft, that like you might not like the upside of a lot of guys. I still think that's a bit too risky. So like maybe if I watch AJ Johnson and I see something different, I'll come back. But right now, I feel like he's mid to late first rounds, probably. That's probably what I have. Same thing with T.
I don't even think he's mid. I think they got him like late first round.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think he's gonna like just throughout the whole draft process. So I think he's gonna impress with just his physical intangibles throughout the draft process. He'll probably get moved up.
Yeah.
Rogue with the super chat said Mars. Did Ticket say this about Gobert?
No, Mars did say Ticket would say this about Gobert.
Mars did say Ticket would say this.
Yes, I did say this.
Yes. LDN Hoops said Dub, as always. Missing piece on the panel. Y'all missed Dub? You know what?
Hell yeah, I missed Dub.
Never mind. Tyler T said daily reminder. Jokic better. Harry also with the super chat saying March told us this was coming. LOL.
I did tell you.
What was coming?
The Rudy Gobert slander.
Oh.
Reggie Reg with the super chat said, how do y'all get John B out of retirement?
They ain't even warned me. I wasn't showing up today.
Mars was quiet for like an hour. We almost got nothing from Mars for like 45
Ron
minutes.
made me talk. I would have
close to an hour. We almost got nothing from Mars.
With that being said, though, it was like that first 45 minutes, it was a dog fight between you.
Yeah, it was pretty.
You Ticket and Swiper. Like I don't think
it was good content. I was just I was just a spectator.
Reggie Red said he said Grilltown always gets
flamed,
torch.
Which is not true. That's just not true. No,
Chilltown.
We do always get you. No, I'm not. And Reggie Reg, we do always get your super chats though. Thank you very much, brother. We appreciate that. Yes, we do.
Very much so.
Yes, we do. We appreciate getting your super chats. No doubt about that.
Jake with the super chat. He said SGA push-offs in the mid-range needs to be studied.
Yeah, you don't fully extend, you get away with it. It's cool.
SGA different with that shoulder.
It's not this more than it's just a
just a quick one. Just a quick one.
Just to get the guy
balance, create just enough separation.
Yep. Yeah. It works too.
D Barber 1313 said, please never bring Tatum's jack strap back on. Shaking my head.
I mean, if they win the ring this year, is he not allowed to come back and say he told us and say that Jason Tatum's the best thing since Cleveland?
He's going to say that's number one. We still got 5 more to go.
Exactly. Like if they win, like why not bring him back? And they probably are going to win, so why not?
That's the very next day too, bro.
Shout out Jack Strap.
Oh, and by the way, Miles, I forgot to tell you, today's Janet Jackson's birthday too. I just want to put that on your mind.
Still a terrible birthday.
Yeah, I think what's the chick name from Transformers?
Megan Fox.
Her birthday today too.
Still a bad birthday.
Mars, it might not be that as bad a birthday as you make it seem. If you know,
don't put that out there.
It's an egregious birthday, May 16th.
Anyway,
Mars, is it your birthday today?
No,
today's not Mars' birthday.
My birthday.
So this is the only day in the year that's not your
birthday. My birthday. It's my birthday next week. It's my birthday next week.
It was already Mars' birthday.
Nah, because last year I believe we did say it was May last year, huh?
Exactly. My birthday next week.
Hey, I was thinking about something too yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. It was on my mind. I was can't remember what I was doing, but I'm like, yo, I think Mars really catfishing. I think Mars catfishing, bro. He used to play ball a little bit or something. Something's going on.
You would have seen that at PC weekend if I weren't injured. I would have shown a little something. But I was injured, so yeah.
Mars, you was hobbled. You didn't look hobbled.
Yeah, I do. I mean, when you've been living with something for so long, you just kind of get used to it. But I had to go into the knife real quick, get it sorted out. If there's a next PC weekend, I might show a little something. Just
kind of like Ox with that broke finger. It doesn't affect his shot at all.
Like before, I couldn't even dunk on an 8-foot rim, but now I go and figure it out. I can get up on an 8-foot rim, little rim grazer. Yeah, I'm getting back to my athletic prime.
The Mars. Yeah. Duce Rose said Terry ain't scary.
Talking about Terry Rozier, man. Last time we seen this dude in the playoffs was 6 years ago. That was the last time we seen him in the playoffs. Now,
but he been playing in Charlotte. Chill, that's not his fault.
That's even worse.
Well, he chose to go there. That is
but I'm saying we haven't seen him in the playoffs since he's been playing for Charlotte. Terry's better than a lot of these players that go to the playoffs.
I did make the play-in tournament. I don't know if you remember that. They did make the play-in tournament in Charlotte. So,
did they?
Yeah, they did make the play-in tournament.
Yeah, they got blown out both times. But yeah.
Smoked.
It was probably on the back of Terry too.
Sonar said, "What's Ox's opinion on Luka last night?"
He got busy. Like we all saw it. I don't know what y'all expect. Y'all think I'm just gonna come up here and just say outlandish things about Luka Doncic?
You know what it is, Ox? You know what it is, Ox? They expect you to come up here. Yo, Luka was fantastic last night on defense. Luka is one of the better defensive players in the game. I was wrong about him. Luka's great as a rebounder. His scoring last night, it was great. That's what they expect you to say, Ox.
I've seen some crazy things, Chill. I'm not excited by Luka playing defense one time out the year. I've seen things, and that didn't get me excited at all. But he was balling though. He was balling. Can't lie about it.
Amid 1999 said 0 chip, 0 final before Bill Russell get drafted.
I don't know what that means.
0 chip, 0 final. Grizz with the super chat said SGA an awful passer and he's not a PG. He's 6'4.5" too.
He's not an awful passer, but he's not great. But he's not awful.
I think he's a little bigger than 6'4", ain't he?
They got him listed at
6'6". He's not 6'6".
They got him listed at 6'6".
He's definitely not 6'6".
You don't think he's that big, Mars?
No.
Sonar said OKC deserves to lose for trying to spam Hacker Lively.
I don't know why he starts making them. Every time, like, no one make no free throws, and then all of a sudden he wants to turn into Steph Curry at the line, nothing but net. Like,
excuse me,
you gotta stop that. You gotta get rid of that.
Like, imagine Ben Wallace just gets fouled intentionally and then just turns into Steph Curry at the line. Like, you're gonna be heated.
Pat Riley actually did that in the 2006 East Finals because Detroit went to Hack-a-Shaq. Well, you can't go to Hack-a-Shaq and have the worst statistically free throw shooter in the history of the game on your team, but then you go to Hack-a-Shaq because we're gonna do the same thing to you. So that's got to go away.
That's funny. No sense. Derek Lively won't make free throws. No other time.
You can't do that.
Big 41 said no demon Maxi Kleber, no championship. Unfortunately,
they did well.
He must be German.
Probably.
He got dark in his profile pic, so I'm assuming he's German.
I liked him better without Maxi Kleber.
Wow, Ron.
Really?
Yeah, because now
Jason Kidd can't go small ball.
Exactly. He gotta play them big dudes. And them big dudes, like, bro, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, they have a crazy impact on the game.
Right.
I love both of them. And I like Maxi Kleber, but I don't like him at the center because I don't think he's as dynamic as those two. Right. Like, sure, Maxi Kleber can come in and he'll stretch the floor, he'll bang a couple threes, but he just doesn't have the overall impact on the boards. Right. Defensively, and even as a lob threat, as those other two guys do.
You love him. You barely met her, Ron. Relax.
But who's her in this scenario?
Lively and Gafford. You just met him 2 series ago.
Yeah, they like that. Yeah. They like that. Mars. I listened to the songs of praises that Mars had for Gafford, and Lively been nice the whole season. We've all been shocked by Derek Lively. Nobody thought he was going to.
I thought he was a project, to be honest with you, Ron.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be this good right away.
I did. I thought he was a project. I thought that he was going to be somebody that they would play sparingly. I never thought that he would be in the playoffs. No, I didn't think he'd get any burn. But Lucas turned him. I feel like with that offense and the way he's been the lob threat that he was, and the defender that he is, he's actually turned out to be a real surprise. They stole him in the draft. Yes, they did.
I said it earlier, but do you guys see how many lobs the Mavs, they got to average the most lobs in the league, or just at least in these playoffs. They have to. Luke and Kyrie are throwing lobs all game, it seems like. Even when they miss lobs, PJ Washington, the 2 Twin Towers down low, Derek Lively.
Do they throw more lobs? Do they throw more lobs than the Clippers?
I think so.
Oh, the back in the day Clippers?
No. Did they throw more?
Oh,
lobs
yeah.
So they throw more lobs in the Clippers. I'm sure they throw more lobs in Cleveland. Yeah, I'm sure they throw more lobs in Cleveland. Yeah, I'm sure they throw more lobs in Cleveland. Do they throw more lobs than Denver? Because not Luka. I'm sorry, because Joker and Aaron Gordon at the rim on the regular. That's design.
Yeah, but that's one connection. It's Jokic to Aaron Gordon. Right. Jamal might get one every now and then, but for the most part, it's one connection, and they'll get 2, maybe 3 of those a game. But Luka and Kyrie are both throwing damn near 2-3 lobs a game.
They might
just individually.
Yeah, you might be onto something with that, Ron.
Yeah, it's possible.
Mike said Luka is overrated. Give me Brunson.
Overrated in what aspect, Mike? When you say Luka is overrated, what is he overrated?
Entertain Mike.
My fault. My fault.
Finally, Mike spitting.
Yeah.
Lieben Ahmed said, instead of giving Yoke credit, just hate on Rudy. LOL.
It's easier to hate than give someone credit.
Easy.
Last, but certainly not.
No,
least.
it's not. No, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a lot easier just to spread love.
No, the hate is the natural state of human beings.
Elijah King just became a member at the last second. Y'all should follow in Elijah King's footsteps. Become a member. It's not too late. Even though we about to end the show, you still can become a member. Even after the show, you can become a member as well. We'll be on playback tonight with Chill. Pull up, watch the Wolves and the Nuggets game 6. I got a couple more super chats and then we up out of here. Mr. Wave City said, does Rodman lock up Joker?
No, I don't think so.
Rodman?
I don't think so.
Joe Dapp with the super chat. He said, can small ball still work in the playoffs?
I think we're moving away from that, to be honest with you. I think we're moving away from the small ball era. I think we're moving away from the 3 stars just coming together. I think it's a lot of stuff changing in the NBA. A lot.
All right, y'all. We up out of here. You know what's next. Open Gym with this guy right here next to me and Dub Dumbo. They coming on next. Y'all tune in, tap in. Like this video on the way out. Like Open Gym on the way in. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Wait, Mars, Dub, and Dumbo?
No.
Yeah, Dub gonna be here.
Let's chill out on that.
Then I'm not.
I was about to say, Ox, hold on, Ox.
Hey, Open Gym back, baby. Dub and Mars. Let's do it.
I might have to come through there for that.